Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Supergirl Gamer Pro Series Championship Sunday. We have a great Fortnite championship coming up for you now, but let's take a little bit, talk about ourselves. My name is Apples, joined here alongside by literally Gompers. Oh my god, it's
literally
Gompers,
me.
guys.
It is literally me.
Gompers. Oh my god, it's Gompers. Oh, I'm starstruck. Holy crap. Stop
it.
I mean,
I can't see either. You're so bright. You're so bright.
It's been a while since we worked together on a broadcast, and I'm so excited that it's this one that we are working together on here. It's been a while since we've done some Fortnite, and I'm excited that we are here together to do it together.
If you guys don't know, me and Apples, we go way back in the Fortnite biz. We used to riot, and they had to bring us back for another one, so I'm pretty excited.
Absolutely. So, like I said a little bit earlier, it is a championship Sunday for our Fortnite tournament. We had qualifiers yesterday. We could take a look at the format real quick, so we could, give you some information about that. But yesterday we had our qualifiers, and now we are going to be doing the finals for that. Obviously, the top 25 duos from each lobby that happened yesterday are now advancing here. And for today, we're going to have 2 lobbies. Each lobby is going to have 6 games that they're going to have to go through. 1 to 3 of the games are going to be on NA. 4 to 6 of them are in EU, which I think is cool. I don't really see EU being represented as much recently, and I like that. I think that's cool that everyone gets a chance if you're playing on higher ping. But yeah, That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty hype, honestly. For especially like I believe we're going back a little bit further. Like it's not the current season that we're heading into. It's something a bit more in tune with me and you, right? We're having porta forts and I don't even know how to describe it. Like the old days of what Fortnite used to be, I guess.
Yeah, it's the chapter 2, I guess the OG build coming back. So that's like what we started casting Fortnite on. So you're going to get totally expert gameplay analysis by us here. But instead, let's take a look at the pricing, what some of these players can expect to win if they make the top 8 coming into it. First place, $1,075. Not forget about that $75 at the end. Second place, going to get $550. Third to fourth is going to get $350. Fifth to eighth place, both get $100 each. So, I mean, that's a pretty hefty chunk of change you can get. You can buy a bunch of V-Bucks with as well.
Oh, yeah. That's all I'm spending my money on if I win first place. $1,000 worth of V-Bucks, and then I'm running it down in the no build. So no, this is pretty fun, and it's cool too because again, like you said, everyone gets a pretty fair chance, and you know, with this being pretty competitive, and also, hey, like you said before we started, we're representing, you know, the girls and everyone in gaming. So this is going to be pretty exciting to see who does end up getting that victory royale.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the victory royales, they count for a lot. I mean, eliminations, you did get 1 point each, but I think a victory royale, you get 65 points. So it's really important that you do stay alive to the end game, the end circle that we all know and love so much. And it's going to be no build circles as well. So let's take a look at our players, the duos that we have coming in for today. Are there any names here that really pop out at you, Gompers?
I remember seeing actually a couple names here. I know of Vanessa, you know, obviously Frantic is a name that I've been pretty familiar with. Female Clicks is pretty great. I'm really excited to see how that one fares out. But a lot of these players I'm actually pretty familiarized with. We've seen them in tournaments before. Girly Bella, right, is a duo that really does ring a bell to me for sure. So with these duos said, and a lot of really good names like Somerset, Kelsey, you know, you're kind of looking at DJ Lovely for sure.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm excited. Like, these are pretty good players.
These are some pretty good players, but there's also like a lot of new names that I guess that I don't really, me and you probably don't know too well, that are just like now popping up, that are just coming into the scene, which is really cool that we're seeing some new players coming in. And that's kind of what Supergirl Gamer Pro is all about. Here, let me transition over into telling you about Supergirl Gamer Pro, a series dedicated into women in gaming, giving them a platform that probably wouldn't have gotten to any other way. I mean, it's a little bit more of a male-dominated industry, so Supergirl is here to really give them a light to shine on their own, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going through all of their streams, seeing their gameplay, and just seeing like their personalities and letting them shine. So it's going to be great. I'm excited, and I love women.
Oh, same. Honestly, listen, the name that I saw in there that I'm really rooting for is BruhGirl_33. I think
I love that.
There's a lot of competition there, and honestly, if you know, you know, you bro to the sun, bro. Like, I don't know how to say it. Bro. I think BruhGirl really does have it in the bag for me. So
I like BruhGirl.
BruhGirl33 is.
There's just Yeah. Well, you know what, guys? We are starting to go just right into game because we are so excited to see women playing Counter-Strike. Oh my God, Fortnite!
Oh no, it's okay.
It's crazy.
I didn't hear that. Fortnite. I love Fortnite.
I love Fortnite.
Now I mean, technically, when you think about it, it is still like, I mean, third-person shooter, but first-person shooter at the same time. If you know, you know. Anyways, but.
Yeah. high skill level, high ceiling. But we're Fortnite apples. We're Fortnite apples today. But yeah, starting off, we're gonna be looking at Jess, Kitten, Viv, and Amelia. And by the way, this is a duos tournament, so they are gonna have their duo with them. Duos no build, and it's in chapter 2. This is just so nostalgic to look at. I
agree. It's so nice.
I love this.
It's great too because with the no build, you know, there's no complexity to it. It really is just straightforward skill, and I mean skill for no build. I mean build. If you can build, you're kind of crazy with it. I don't know. When I'm in the lobbies, I feel like I'm just watching architects in action. But
Literally,
Yeah,
building
it's
some
good,
condos, some
right?
apartments.
Hand me one of them. The economy right now is looking a little, a little weird.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh my gosh.
I would
But
definitely
yeah,
Fortnite build my own building if I could.
I feel like we could. We could definitely do that. We could
I
do
agree.
anything we want. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Yeah, we can do whatever we
Yeah,
want. That's why we're
we
here in
can.
Supergirl Gamer Pro, right? About to win. Someone's about to win 1,000, 500. What was it? 75? 1,375.
Something like that.
Yeah, I
Something.
just remember the
1,075. Yeah. But yeah, this is Pleasant Park.
Yeah.
They do have the soccer ball over in the soccer stadium. Ooh, enemies spotted here. I think we are observing just Kit and Vib right now.
Yeah.
Just making sure that she can fortify the area around her, seeing if she can grab a couple shots, a couple eliminations. But so far, not that too crazy. I don't think they have any eliminations. They just want to get used to the lobby at first. Want to make sure that they can, fortify themselves with some early placement points before they go a little crazy at the last couple games, I'd assume.
They're pretty well set though with the weapons they have too. They have the sniper, right? They have the long range, close range, along with that assault. So, and the Portafor, I believe that is actually in their inventory as well with that grapple. So, if anything, they could just chill out. Stay within zone. There's not a lot of worries here with this team in particular. I'm curious as to how Amelia's looking, but right now both these team members look pretty well solidified.
Yeah, I think they may have just solo dropped here. If I'm going to go look at the drop map, I think this is their only spot, the only team that is here. According to the Fortnite.gg drop map that was shared within the players. So easy enough for them. They were able to quite literally go through all of the houses here and get exactly the amount of resources that they wanted, all the guns that they wanted, and the ammo. Just trying to stay alive.
They've got a sniper too, by the way.
Awesome. And it seems like, yeah, just running out of the way to get away from everybody else. Finding a new spot. You can't stay in the same spot forever. And I feel like here the game plan really is to try to, again, stay alive in the first game, try to solidify some sort of late ground. And elims can come after that. I feel like just going as close as you can to like that 1st to 10th place, giving yourselves that position so that you can get as many points as possible. And then moving on from that would definitely be key.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a little bit of math.
Yeah. A little bit.
No numbers said at all in this discussion, but I know a little bit of math.
Yeah, and I think if they keep going north, they will easily be able to get to some high ground very early, which is really important for no build because you obviously cannot build any high ground. You have to move to it. You have to utilize all the hills and everything around. And they may be setting their sights on the lighthouse in the distance, it looks like, or maybe somewhere else, actually. They're trying to decide what they're deciding to do.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out who is everywhere. I mean, they have not really seen anyone except for that first one player that was just like running past their scope like it's a little bit ago. But just vibing, chilling. Honestly, a relaxing first game for them is not something that I would take away. If I can have a relaxing first one.
Yeah.
Just get yourself warmed up.
It's interesting because I'm a very big run it down and die type of person.
Yeah.
Like,
you mean eliminate yourself?
Oh, yeah, eliminate. My apologies. I'm a very big run and get eliminated type of person. So when I am in these particular lobbies, it's very hard for me to stay still. I feel like when I'm sitting, I get very tired. So the patience that this team has is pretty real. I mean, you're fighting for a pretty big prize pool as well. So.
Yeah, that's $1,000. It's like, can you get a new PC for that? I don't know. What's the going rate for gaming PCs? Great question. We don't know numbers. Or at least like, I mean, you can pay your bills with that. Put that in savings. Like if you need money, I mean, that's what prize pool and money is here for. But yeah, honestly, in a pretty good spot for them. I think they may have heard someone near them, but maybe they backed off as well. Oh, no, there's 2 players on the other side of this house starting to make their way over. Pop shot landing on them. Gonna crack that shield. Oh,
that's good, though. They were pretty well situated, and I like how they're playing together right as that duo ship, now able to slowly corner these players in, and they're not giving them chance to reload up on that shield. Instead, actually, one goes down. That might just be just Kit and Viv. Yeah, down by Melanie Sparkle, which is not going to fare out well. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not sure what Amelia's doing here, but we are down to, I believe this is actually Somerset.
I can't hit anything.
Yeah,
so
this is a Somerset.
Good.
We'll just go.
Yep.
And yeah, that's unfortunate going down. I think that was 43rd that they went down there. Let me look at the notes here and see what place Somerset. Oh, she's playing with Kelsey. They placed 14th yesterday in the qualifier. So probably hoping to be a little bit higher going into this one because the only top 10 teams are going to be in the money for the finals. But honestly, they look pretty well situated as well. They have a sniper, a shotgun, and a rifle along with their grapple gun and the half mini pot. So
yeah,
looks like Somerset has not explored this place of the map. What is she doing if she's not playing Fortnite? This is like such a Fortnite streamer.
Imagine if she just wins too. Like I haven't really discovered most of this map. It's okay though. It's all right. That's kind of crazy. I do believe. I mean, Somerset's been pretty well solidified in the Fortnite scene for a while, especially playing in a lot of tournaments. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh. And there goes one. Okay, missing out the first shot, but they know where they are. Both sides are very well aware of the situation that's occurring right now. Down inside of push, can't seem to find a shot to really hit, but 1 minute remaining for that Storm Eye to finish shrinking. It is, I mean, really just a battlefield to see what's going on. I'm not sure if they're in the circle yet, though, because everything is blurred out regardless, even if you are in, if you haven't uncovered most of the map.
Yeah, it looks like they may end up getting pinched here in between 2 teams if they start fighting with either of them. Hopefully staying a little bit safer here, are going to be using this gas station as a bit of cover and actually using the angles to their will. Trying to land a couple shots here, but with the sniper and with jumpy Fortnite players, it's a little hard to do so if you're not able to track them as well as you want to. And she has enough bullets to be able to just keep trying. I mean, I think they just ripped it away. Or no, they're still up there. They're still fighting. I don't even think that they know that she's here.
It's great. I guess it's also harder, too, because there really is no way for Somerset to actively, you know, chase this elimination at the same time. Again, there's no build. So for you to create coverage while also, you know, actively pursuing someone, it's not possible. So it's a lot harder for them to really do anything other than try to get the shot, especially first game in, and you're trying to, on your own server, make sure that you're not going down too early.
And it looks like that team may be aware of her situation. You can kind of see that the sniper starts to kind of glare its way over to her player every so often. They're both aware of everything, but there's only 77 players left. I mean, the Storm Circle is not that small quite yet either. There is really no need to fight. The players are just trying to get close together. I love this face cam. I love this face cam so much.
That is so me when I play some Fortnite. Oh my gosh. No, it's great. I wonder if they actually have this specific toy, because if so, I want it and I want to know where they got it.
Yeah, it's adorable. I keep seeing this like pop up on Twitter. It's like just cute.
It is very cute. Wow. The bangs look good. Better than mine for sure. So I need to get some tips.
Hey, no, your bangs are both equally great.
Thank you. This is great. I didn't know I was going to have so much confidence today.
I cut my bangs yesterday. Could you tell?
They look great, actually. I was jealous. I was like, oh my gosh, I burnt mine. That's why they're little, you know.
I cut them. I cut maybe like an inch off of just 2 front pieces just because I wanted to have them shorter. You know what it'd be.
Great with bangs.
Like short bangs, like a cross bangs.
I have honestly, I remember seeing a picture. I don't know.
I've had bangs before.
Yeah.
They didn't stay down on my head, so I
like
didn't do them again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I did have like shorter curtain bangs like once, and I actually cut them right before a Fortnite event. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that may be the one that you're thinking about.
No, it's okay. It's
But that
okay.
was like 2 years ago, and they were really short. And I think I was casting with War, and I was like, War, I just cut my bangs.
Yeah.
This is gonna be really crazy. And he was like, okay.
No, they looked great. Mine unfortunate bangs were caused by using an iron when they were wet. So they got burnt.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
So now I have micro bangs and they're a little microwaved. That's all I'm going to say.
Slay. Wait, microveins. They're kind of slay.
They are
I think
kind
you
of
should just go. You should just like fully send into it. Just completely cut your bangs micro.
I should just shave my head at this point.
I mean, you look pretty good in a bald cap. I'm not gonna say you don't. I would never
wrong.
lie.
I do
mean,
look too much like my father when I have a bald cap on, so that's out of the question. I have his genes, but you know, it's okay. It's so great. We're just casually in this game right now. Storm has closed for, I believe, the second time at this point, so. Or maybe the third. We're starting to get very, very close to where the battles are going to start erupting. We still do have 70 players left, so I'm not going to do the math for that. 70 divided by 2, I believe that's 7. Am I dumb? Yes, I am.
A little, unfortunately. I say that with love.
It is
70
not
divided by 2 is 35, by the way. It's not 2.
I need to go home. I'm home. I'm already home. I need to get out of here.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh. All right.
Oh my god. Anyways, so yeah, things are starting to happen. I think we do have 2 lobbies going on, so we may be going in between 2 different lobbies happening. So the action will start unfolding pretty soon. I think both lobbies are getting close to like that 70 to 65 player mark. Circle's getting smaller. Porter forts are starting to go down, and this circle is going to be on top of Pleasant Park, which will give a couple of teams some high ground, a couple of teams some low ground. So it's going to be some interesting battles. Looks like this hasn't actually been looted too much as well. You can see that there was like still ammo and guns on the ground. So there are some teams here that are like rolling up with some unprepared arsenals. They could kind of figured that out. I don't.
Honestly, game plan is just stay in this bush for a while and let the fight erupt because footsteps are being heard, though, I do believe. Oh, no, there's shots being heard. So some bullets are being fired, looking for elims, maybe, somebody, but we're back over to...
Oh, I think this is their duo. Taking another look at a different POV for this duo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but they're initiating now. Okay, the Porter Fort doesn't matter. They're up in there, but 1v2. Now actually 1v1, so they both can try to eliminate someone on their own. One already down, so that's got to be a really aggressive take to play. And that's going to suck, because now you're by yourself. You're completely isolated away from whoever else could have helped you. So you have to fight this 1v60? Yeah, that's not going to be too good.
Yeah, that's something that you just go and you run away in the storm, not in the storm, but in the circle. You want to hide and just see if you can get as many placement points as possible. Because I don't know if I don't think that at that point there is any use of getting too crazy with eliminations, because you can only get 1 point in elimination. But if you're able to like just kind of hide until top 10, you're getting like a whole crap ton of points from that. Top 10, 10th place, you get 32 points. Victory Royale, you do get 65, and I think it goes down by like almost 9 every time. There's a whole point system we'll talk about later, but yeah, it's very, very lucrative to stay alive if you were just a solo player at this point. Yeah, I like how they took the fight. I think one like quite literally jumped into it, freaked them out, downed one, and like made the other player like run away, and the other players kind of stayed outside the fort, trying to throw another shot. And ooh, actually, they just got sniped out from the edge. Gonna have to revive their teammate, but the walls are starting to get destroyed. This is gonna be a bit of a tricky situation, and now she's just gonna leave. Peace out.
This is deja vu now. Yeah, at first they go there and they take the fort and they take it for themselves. They leave one player standing, and now it's the same thing on the other end. So that fort is cursed,
Yeah.
as we've learned right now. But still getting away is the better bet. I mean, fighting that and trying to rescue your teammate would have definitely kept them in a very bad spot. Eliminations are still going down, too. You can see the numbers just slowly going lower and lower as we continue on, but the zone slowly making its way in. 11 seconds left till we get to see where that new zone is going to be layered in, with the Porta Fort makes its way again, and this is not good. The PTSD coming back slowly. And they are scared.
Yeah, I would be frightened here right now. I mean, they are very easily in a cornerable position. And taking a look at another duo, I feel like we're seeing a trend with the skins. Everyone is kind of doing this gray skin. I mean, you do blend in with the environment a lot easier. I feel like people would just be able to see you. You know? I don't know. Maybe there's science in there. Oh,
No.
Whoa, that's a nice shot. And a whole elimination does get her teammate down, but gonna be able to revive. I think they are in a little bit of a safe spot, but you can see the wall to her left is about to get downed by someone's pickaxe, it looks like. Nope, the revive's gonna be able to come up, and you just see how small the stone circle is about to be with 45 players left right now.
Yeah, I'm
They're making a slight
the roof is open.
fix to fit that zone as well, but they're in a very good spot in my opinion. They could camp there and wait for a couple people to try to make their in and relax just inside of this house. So for anything, Hannah and Czech can really just chill out for a couple seconds here. Seems like, especially with 46 seconds left, they need to start waiting. It's storm surge warning actually making its way. So whether or not they're in that threshold can also kind of account for that as well.
Yeah, that definitely could force you to get more active or aggressive and force the people that are hiding right now out of their spots. And I did say something wrong earlier. There is only one lobby going on right now. I was wrong. I apologize. My public apology.
My public
I lied
apology.
on air. I lied on air. I'm sorry.
This is my first apology video, and I'm so sorry. Oh, goodness. And it's starting at this point.
Yeah, you can just see all the shots happening in the distance.
Storm is slowly closing in. Yeah, we finally made some way. Ooh. So now they have 32 seconds to just chill. And they just they hear so many footsteps coming. But the problem is that they just don't know when they're going to arrive. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I wouldn't leave until I absolutely have to. And the storm is about to move. They have a little bit of a long way to go. It looks like they want to go on the edge of the dead zone. So it doesn't look like many people will really be over there, but still, it's going to be a bit of a tricky movement. But they both have grapple hooks, I'm pretty sure. Just comes down to if they're going to be able to land their shots. The storm eye is about to start shrinking.
Honestly.
Oh, they could hear footsteps right outside the door. That is a little terrifying. They don't have any healing items either, so...
Yeah, they really need to catch this one. And 43 shield left, too. For Czech. So at this point, every bullet counts, every single piece of health counts, and they are trying to make their way into this Porta Fort, finding themselves in a very bad position. Such a cheeky spot too. You get an elimination, and now Bella is able to find more, right? You have, a gold gun just waiting for you there, an assault to use for yourself. Not gonna take it though. They're very, very kind of chill inside of that corner. Unfortunately, we're trying to swallow some of those minis before that elimination could come through. But Hannah making some vengeance, and they do find some minis, so they're good for now.
Yeah, that is a cheeky spot. I guess that's really where you can sit when you have a gray suit on, where no one can really see. You blend in with the bricks so well. So many porta forces around. People are just trying to stay alive in this area, but the storm is about to get even smaller, and it's going to move completely across where it was now. Using some shock waves. This is going to be a tricky move, but they have to do it soon.
I don't want you to get jumped on there.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Maybe going to opt for the lower ground movement is what it looks like.
Get to the bottom of a bunker and I'll meet you there.
They're leaving away from that too. Yeah, they are just finding themselves to be in a bad spot. Now fighting off everybody else, but finding themselves in the storm as well. The storm slowly going to start moving itself away from everyone. And as those rotations start to come about, there goes the elimination coming through from Layla and Kiana. They're doing so good too with the grapple hooks. I feel like it definitely gave them a bit of leeway there.
Absolutely. You just see how easily the movement is. I mean, that's the best way that you can kind of counteract a lot of Fortnite shots, a lot of movement, just jumping around, making yourself unable to be shot at. Quite literally is what she's doing right now. You see so many players just on the ground, and she's just ignoring them right now using this hook. Just trying to stay alive as much as she can. Only 10 players left now, and just going to be able to use all this loot that's been dropped at the bottom. Just recharge her grapple hook, it looks like, as well.
Yeah. This isn't good, though. Oh, and the storm gets smaller and smaller as we continue on. Everybody has the same tactic, and there's only one person shooting. Oh, my gosh. Will the elimination happen? I don't know at this point. There's 7 players left alive. And, of course, one of them, or maybe even a couple of them, being individuals. So if they lose out on this, it's not like they have a teammate to really fare out for them. 13 health and everybody's just running around. There's only one person at this moment looking for eliminations. And they are fighting so heavily and so hard. But 6 goes down, the 4th place going down to Layla, unfortunately. But as we continue, who is going to be the winner? I'm not even sure at this point, waiting to see who that first place is going to come through with.
That, I guess that's the new meta. That's like the new vibe for the end. Is using that grapple hook as much as you can, so you just like stay alive, and there's maybe one person that is shooting you is the person at the top of, I guess, the Fortifort that was able to come up on top. Yikes. Wow. Words are hard. Words are hard, compers.
We got too into that game. We're still stuck in the mindset of who won that first place, who won that victory royale, who ran away with it. And I'm curious too, because the first victory royale sets you up above everyone else with 65 points plus the added amount of eliminations that you managed to receive. So if it was that person that wasn't, doing that tactic, running around with the grapple hooks, they could have had a couple eliminations just off the end game right there. And apparently it was Vader and Nina that ran away with that victory royale for that first place.
Yeah, with 10 eliminations for themselves is going to set them up for 75 points just to start. Right below them, they have Frantic and Canary, who actually got 11 eliminations, did not get the win, but is right below them with 63 points. We have Daya and Yasmin right below them with only 4 eliminations. Let me take a look at this. Is there any team that had like a crazy amount of eliminations that did not get to the top? Cutie Amma and She's Jade got 7 eliminations, but went down 21st. So unfortunately, only gonna have 13 points at the end. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's hard too, because you're Nina and Vader and you have 10 eliminations. You have that 1 game win, right? 65 plus that added 1 point for each elimination. You're up to that 75 for your score. And at this point, yeah, anybody else could really take away from that, from 1 through 10th place if they win Victory Royale, if they manage to get 1 through 5, right? It doesn't matter. But at the same time, with a team this strong with elims on a no-build game, it gets really, really difficult.
Absolutely. And I feel like there's always a chance for upset as well. If you're able to really eliminate the team that like went really crazy last time. If you eliminate Vader and Nina, if you know their drop spot, you know where they start, you could go get them out of the lobby early, and then they don't have any place to go. They can't get any points for the second game, so they'll have to come back on the third game going crazy. That was not me trying to set off a witch hunt. Don't do that, but maybe do what you want. Figure out how you want to play the game. But that's definitely like that's what players do sometimes if they find out the drop spots for some of the top players, and it sometimes work out in their favor, but sometimes Vader and Nina have been able to really prove that that is the reason why they're in the top spot, because they know how to play, they know how to contest, and they are not going to be taking that from anyone.
No, yeah, and they did a good job just keeping themselves at the top, and they might just do it again. We're gonna have to see, but don't go anywhere, please. We're only 1 out of 6 games. Where are you going? Sit back down. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
The Supergirl Gamer Pro is brought to you by Logitech G, who is on a mission to change gaming for good through the power of positive play.
I play for me. I play for fun. I play for real. I play for friends and Friday nights. We play for all. This is a new age of play. Play your way.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Supergirl Gamer Pro Series Fortnite Championship Sunday. We just had our first game, Vader and Nina winning that first with 10 eliminations, and we're about to go into our second game of the day. Out of 6, we have 6 games in total. But Gombers, that was a pretty nasty first game, I would say.
I agree. That first game was crazy, right? With the first 2 standing, I believe, with a total of, was it 10 eliminations for first place and then 11 for second, not to mention a couple in between with 7 elims as well. So you got players that are not only in it to win it, but they're in it for the elims as well. So you got to be careful with the drop spots you're picking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to be as aggressive as you can be, but also be a little bit more cautious of the players that maybe trying to run it down, get as many eliminations as they can, just speed run the lobbies. Because, I mean, if you could get all the eliminations there and the game's over in 10 minutes, that is an easy 100 points for you, I guess. That's some math on broadcast that I will definitely be doing right now. But yeah, it was a great first game. I'm excited for the second one. I did check into Somerset's stream. It looked like she was a little disappointed. She did not get as high up on the leaderboard as the duo wanted. And she was like, all right, chat, we're going to win this game. So I'm excited for her. I want her to get crazy. She is a Fortnite OG. I think she was one of the first female players that ever got like the highest rank in Fortnite competitive. So that's pretty awesome. Swag. That's a little bit of history for you guys.
That's really cool. And I think the confidence going into it of like, you know what, chat, we're gonna win this one. Forget about everything that happened the last game. This is it right now. I think that confidence coming into this, and I feel like it'll probably bring about a victory, especially knowing, you know, just the resolve that Somerset has. So I'm very hyped to see where this game goes in particular. Are we still going to get the same first place? I don't think so. I think here is where, you know, people start to try a different tactic, maybe a different drop zone, a different level of just conspiracy that they're planning.
Yeah, and I mean, the bus driver is not always going to be on the same path, so they may decide, all right, you know what, let's hot drop this time, go someplace where I know a lot of players are going to be going and just see what happens. I mean, you definitely don't usually do that the second game, but if you didn't have like a great, I guess, experience on your first one, could just be trying to do something silly and fun. We usually see a lot of silly and fun things happening like at the 5th or 6th game, probably usually the 6th game, because a lot of players are like, all right, I'm like not at the top of the leaderboard, I'm a little bit lower than I'd like to be. Let's just do something crazy and wacky. Let's just see what happens and see if we can just get a bunch of eliminations. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It's only the second game, Gompers.
Yeah. Actually, the team we're looking at now placing, I believe it was 32nd. So Panda and Lena not having the best run down in that last game. I do believe weapon-wise now, they're looking pretty decent. It's not too much to really rave on home about. I feel like here the game plan might just be, you know, trying to find those grapple hooks, trying to obtain everything really in their whole entire desire to really give themselves a shot. So it does seem like Lena is pinging out some items that might help out in their endeavor to win this game. Yeah, and just sharing up with the group.
Yeah, I mean, now just picking up that pump shotgun blue is going to be a lot better than a gray shotgun. I mean, they have a lot of land around them to be able to take a look at, to be able to really see what's going on, seeing if they're finding any guns. That's a nice AR blue one as well, but still, I feel like they are a little bit low just on things, and maybe I'm saying that a little bit too early. Only 89 players in the game right now, so pretty early in the game. Can't be I can't fault them on that. It has literally just started.
No, they're chilling. There's not much worry right now for anyone. At this point, their drop zone is very, very isolated. So even then, they have, it seems like a solid path following by to find as much as they can. 30 second place isn't terrible, especially with the amount of people that are in this lobby. So there's like 48. I feel like here, now the game plan might just be, you know, get as much loot as you can, try to follow through with the game plan, with the current pathing that they're taking, and, you know, just give themselves a little bit more leeway. So many minis, though. So interesting, you know, coming through from Panda. But, yeah.
Yeah, I do hope that some of the players were able to get like a drink of water or like a snack of something, because I feel like we switched into the second game really, really quickly. So I mean, this Fortnite is like a stamina game. You can't really run a marathon going full sprinting the entire time. You have to like make sure that you're just chilling out, being a little bit cautious and not going full 100% every single time, every single moment, every single minute. You gotta, you know, chill out for some of the times. That's exactly what she's doing right now. Just gonna destroy some of the bushes. I mean, it's a little bit fun. Could go fishing for a second. Found a llama, though. That's going to be huge. Could be able to break that open and see what is in there. Is she? Please? Please? Maybe? Maybe? Gompers, please?
I think, okay, yeah. Oh, not going to search it. They're just, oh, it's okay, though. Either way, they find themselves a grapple hook, which is going to be good for now. And now actually sharing the location of that. You can see there isn't much worry going on right now. If anything, just trying to find pretty solid ground. Again, it's 82 players. Like the zone has yet to fully close in just yet. They are chill at the moment.
Absolutely. Gompers, did you know that Supergirl Gamer Pro or just Supergirl Pro has a snowboarding competition as well?
I did not know that, actually. I do know they have a surfing competition.
Yeah, they're actually the surfing competition is going on right now, but they
Yeah.
also have a snowboarding competition. Don't you snowboard?
I do. That is actually how I broke my wrist. Yes, guys, yes. I love snowboarding. It is actually very fun. If you guys haven't tried it, I highly recommend getting yourself out there. It sucks the first couple runs because you're like, man, I don't know what to do. But when you keep going, it's like addicting. It's almost like a drug. So a very good drug for you, not bad.
Like Tylenol.
Like Tylenol. or a fiber gummy that makes you go to the bathroom more. Those
like
are
vitamin D or like vitamin E
or vitamin
Flintstone
C.
gummies.
Yes.
That's what snowboarding is to me. Unfortunately, I broke my ankle last year and I never went to the doctor for it, so it healed incorrectly. So I cannot ever snowboard without a full ankle cast on, a bunch of wraps on my ankle. Is that not so sad?
And it sounds awful. It's crazy to me. Have you gone snowboarding before, Apples?
No. I really want to, but that's what the doctor said when I finally went to one. They're like, better not ever do that. But well, I've never I guess done winter sports before.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not missing much, I guess, unless I am.
It's
Maybe.
so fun. It's so fun. I recommend. I think you can. It doesn't hurt.
I can go sledding. I'll do that.
That is fun.
I can go sledding.
I don't know what other winter sport there is other than
skiing.
Yeah, and snowboarding. That's it. But
would you classify ice skating as a winter sport?
Yeah,
even though they do it inside, during the summer too.
I think that's pretty hard. I think I would consider it. It's a very difficult sport. I feel.
Yeah.
I've been ice skating, and let's just say,
can't do
never
that.
gone back.
I think when I lived in New York, I went to the ice skating rink with my boyfriend at the time, and he was having so much fun, and I'm just holding on to the edge, not having any fun because I'm tall and I'm lanky, so my limbs don't work the way they should. It's very hard for me to ice skate.
It's so hard, and people I don't know how they do those triple turns or I've seen people do cartwheels. I'm like, what? But
cartwheels on ice?
I don't know. I've seen some TikToks. And it's kind of crazy.
I think
aerials.
I think I'd make my daughter or my son do ice skating. Because I feel that's a sport that you have to know at 6 years old how to do, or you're never going to do it well. Yeah.
Very young, for sure.
Why am I so low?
Ballet or something.
I love how you can hear the comms. Why am I so low? That's funny. But yeah, ice skating is not a skill that I have.
On to the side, and I'm all right, I'm done. And then I go get some hot chocolate. I sit in the cold, and that's the best part of ice skating is sitting in the cold, drinking hot chocolate, and watching other people be amazing. Which is also kind of what I do my job anyways. So I mean, drinking water in my cozy blanket, watching people play Fortnite in a way that I could never do. Wow, allegory, metaphor, simile, even.
Those are words that I'm not too fond of at the moment. I haven't been in school for a while, guys. Which stay in school because then you'll end up like me. That must be so motivating to hear. When you're, I don't want to be like Gompers.
So you'll be Gompers.
That should be the motto in every school with the poster of me giving a thumbs up.
No, I think you need a poster of you with your bald cap on.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Actually, now fight's starting to commence, so this is good. J-Dog and Tokyo trying to get out of the way. And at this point, okay, now finally having a big pot to utilize. But they're not fighting back. They're waiting for the rift to come along. Nice shot, actually. Shield cracked.
I like this tactic from them because what they're able to do is get damage done, so they stay above the storm surge threshold. Not going to be acting on any of these eliminations, but still going to get a lot of damage onto other players, and just falling back, flying through the sky, and making themselves another fort somewhere else. I really like this from them. It's a great
Just
tactic.
kidding, I'm not dead. But on my life, I'm 1.
Yeah, planning on moving back though. Oh, they kind of chilling at the moment, dropping the big pot to make sure everybody's good for now. But shots are heard in the distance. They're following out with it right now, actually finding a fight possibly.
Someone in this bush right now, or at least trying to see if someone is. I mean, this is a pretty hideable bush to be in. No one there. She was seeing some ghosts. Ooh, but above them on this high ground, I can see a couple of players. The shots in the distance. I don't think they really want to fight this. Just wanted to clear out this bush so they could hide in here just for a little bit. The storm eye is about to shrink in about a minute and a half, but they are pretty well situated right now where they're sitting. They have some good loot, a grapple hook. Don't really have any shield on them, no pot, so may want to go and get into another fight in just a little bit. But right now, they really have nowhere to move, and that's all good for them, honestly. Just vibing.
They can relax at this point. They also have 1 minute of chill time, downtime, kind of just to wait for somebody to make a rotation. They're pinging out some buildings here, which has me curious as to what's going on inside of them. Or what even is the plan? Like, you know, could they migrate over there, find some sort of structure? But
no need to migrate. They're vibing. They can chill. Take their time. I mean, only 72 players left. I think this is maybe the second or third storm. So really, they are just sitting pretty right now. Letting other teams fight around and moving on over to Lemonade and Hannah. They are in Misty Meadows. Ooh, I love this map area, and I'm so happy that it's back. Compers, maybe we need to play some Fortnite more.
I agree. I really want to get into now that like I'm seeing this particular season kind of come back. I really want to play again, and I kind of miss this era, right? Where I don't know, things feel a bit simpler, and it's so nice.
We were young. I think I was still in college during this era. This was like kind of COVID time, so everyone was inside playing Fortnite for Christmas. This was really like the vibe. One of the biggest games happening for like a while. Now Fortnite's still thriving, still going. I mean, I think they just had like a FNCS championship in the US recently. Even though I think that's usually where they are, but still. Really
I believe North Carolina.
Oh no! Oh, really? Okay.
That's where the last one was at. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it was in Raleigh, but oh, bye-bye. They're like, yeah, no championship for me. I'm leaving. Let's get out of the way here. Unfortunately, teammate down. They could get a reboot, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. 2 players now trying to just execute up on Hannah. Doesn't seem like they care, though. At this point, they're just looking for an escape.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get away from this area. Just trying to be safe and just get these placement points as much as they can. Could maybe circle back in a little bit to get that reboot card, but it's right on the edge of the storm. I doubt that it's going to be in it, but does come down from the water. Is going to find another player, take the rift with them. I mean, easy movement skill for them. Just going to be able to fall back down, see where the enemies are above, and then see exactly where they can just go where they're safe.
I see them.
I'm just going to have to leave Hannah alone, or Lemonade alone. Unfortunate for her. I'm going to have to take this next battle just as a solo now.
No, they're not.
They're trying to scope out the area, see if anybody's there, maybe if they could pick up the reboot card, but it seems like slow approach to that, especially now with danger starting to arise, right? 17 seconds until the storm makes its way. Hannah and Lemonade just really wanting to keep that placement up, so Yeah, there's not a lot of worry here at this point. Just looking for some heals to see if they can pull through with that instead.
Yeah, able to find a med kit. Unfortunately, no shield for her to pick up. She's gonna run out of movement. I think she is actually gonna go for it. It looks like she picks up a med kit, 2 half or mini pots. Is gonna be able to at least get close enough. This could work out. The rest of the teammates may have eliminated her.
My goodness, thank you for
They
the
have
sub,
just
Mellow.
gone into the zone and just left
I
her
knew how to
be.
make it too.
This could be a very easy reboot for her, but still, she's gonna have to find a reboot van, and then being able to try and reboot her in the middle of the storm is gonna be very, very difficult. I hope that works out for them. We'll see in just a little bit. We'll find out. But moving over, we're gonna look at Amria and Ali. I'm gonna say just Ali. I cannot. I'm not gonna try. That's a very long name.
No, you're. I would try, but as like I don't want to butcher anyone's name either. But yeah, Ali and Namira, just kind of keeping within this general direction. It's interesting how many fights are starting to happen now. You know, as we are a little bit more on the earlier side of the game at this point, in the middle of the game, as the storm eye shrinks again. Now 47 seconds until they can figure out what they're going to do with these two players here. Fighting within the eye of the storm may not be what's key, but the shots are hitting nice.
Yeah, that scoped AR is going to be really, really applicable here. I feel like a lot easier to use than a sniper, quick scope action with the bursting assault rifle combo. It's gonna be great. Ooh, are they gonna be able to make this rift? It looks like they are. Teammate coming with them and now gonna be able to make their way into the storm circle. You can see how many players are around them, also flying in the air as well, trying to get into the zone. And we are just now at 60 players, and I think we may get a little bit more action happening earlier this time, which is how many players are just right on top of each other right now. Not many porta forts down, but looks like Amria does have one in her pocket. She's going to be able to throw one down, but still just going to be utilizing this one building just for now. Hiding around. Oh, does come up around. Has to throw this porta fort down and just get some cover very quickly as her teammate does come in behind her.
Maybe a bit. We're too slow to it now. They're just trying to take out some of these tires to make sure they don't run up on it. They're chilling out right now, looking and waiting for some sort of noise to be made. They do hear footsteps now coming around the corner of this porta fort, but I don't think anybody's going to make way. So many shots fired. So at this point, you know, with the zone getting smaller, it gets a lot harder to try to make sure. But 380 above, they don't really have a lot to worry about at this point with this storm surge. So again, they can chill out at the moment. Actually, now the numbers going down as the damage starts to arise here.
Yeah, honestly, just in a very comfortable spot right now. It's a little bit worried a bit earlier. You can see in the distance there is a little bit of a fight happening. There are some shots popping. Shots popping. There we go. The storm surge does start to get activated. You can see a little bit of an elimination happening in the feed to your left. 4 players have now gone down to the storm surge, and she's already scoping in on some players in the distance. Gonna do a bit of damage onto them. I don't know if that came with an elimination, but still, ooh, find someone in this. Oh my gosh, in the bush here. It's gonna throw a little bit of damage onto them as well, cracking the shield. Now, honestly, just being a nuisance to all the players around them, just trying to get as much damage on them as they can, just make them as low, make them use all their healing, their pots as well. I'm not gonna give them anything that they could keep for the ending
I mean, we can play
fight.
mechs and then like hit it. No, because
We're gonna get focused.
Yeah, discussing the game plan amongst themselves. They did manage to get a couple shots off with damage. So even if they didn't get an elimination right now at this moment, they are slowly letting go of, you know, some of the utility that these players have. So at this point, it's okay. A couple shields having to be used, you know, slowly just in poking at whatever they have in their arsenal. And at this point, everything is good. Everything is dandy. They're not really, again, not much to worry about. They got the damage they needed for the team to keep themselves solidified. And I mean, with all the shots and footsteps coming about, I do believe they could end up actually getting a couple eliminations here.
Yeah, it looks like now they are about 20th to 21st in the standings right now. So want to get a little bit higher than that, but let's switch on over to another team that we did see a little bit earlier. They're still here in this competition, Lena and Panda. Bit of damage as well into some players. I think they are still above the Storm Surge rating, so they can get a little bit crazy as well. But it seems like it's the time where everyone's just kind of waiting. Oh, look at all that loot on the ground from eliminated players. It looks like they're going to try and see if they can grab a bit of it themselves. Bit of a pop shot. Oh, wow. And a nice elimination onto this player. That's a whole new grapple hook that they could pick up for themselves.
Yeah, that was also a beautiful shot and really quick thinking as well. Interesting to kind of see how that worked out. But yeah, everybody is chilling out at the moment, just waiting for something else to come through.
Bazooka, Gompers.
That is so great. I love this game so much.
We gotta rotate.
Sorry to cut you off there, Gompers.
No, honestly, rightfully so. I didn't know it took
him
2 spots though.
It does. It did. Oh, I miss it. It was like literally the OP item. You could use it if you were like doing heal offs in the storm. Like so well, but trying to move their way on over to the island to stay in the zone, but gets cracked down to 24. Does still have the bandage bazooka, could heal themselves out, but does get knocked out. They're pinched between too many players, now placing 17th. Unfortunate for Lena and Panda.
17th place, a decent pickup from the, I believe, the 32 that they were last time. So either way, they did manage to pick themselves up just a bit, slowly figuring out the pathing, you know, the direction they want to go with the games here, especially on this particular server. But here comes Amira and Alina now trying to find some sort of elims to make way. That first one comes through, and that's a point on the board for them. But they have to keep themselves alive if they want more. 24 players left, and so much more to look forward to. Not sure how many groups are. There could be some individuals trying to find themselves some sort of victory here, but it seems like 2 players standing within this bush. And there's not a lot of worry on their end.
No, they're pretty well set up right now. 9 on their grappler gun. They have a whole half pot, 2 med kits to their name as well. I mean, they have everything right now that could grant them a victory. They just have to make sure that they stay alive. Is going to be able to refresh that grapple hook. That's actually so key from what we saw on the last ending circle. Nice shots landing on this player. Oh, now switching to that scoped assault rifle. That has been just such a good weapon that we've seen. These players are moving so quickly. You need something that shoots fast and shoots accurately. Everyone's in this tree now, Gompers. What's going on?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's like, it's always at this point, right? Like where everybody's just waiting for the storm to close in and they're just running around with a grapple hook, and there's only one person. There's only one person that's trying to eliminate these players for the points. And at this point now, a Port-a-Fort slowly making its way for everybody else to find shelter in just within the zone. So 2 players still left alive here. Amira and Alina are good at the moment to keep themselves in the game, but of course so many players slowly starting to make way, and the grapple hook strategy does not seem to be working.
No, not on like a water zone that they have now. It's just this one area that has the Port-a-Fort that they were able to get to first. Now this grapple hook, they're going to be moving on. Only 5 players left, and 2 of them are their own. Does get hit down to 9 health. Has to just keep moving. Looks like Alina is still up and alive. Lots of health to her name, so she has to be able to clutch it up for her team. And just, this is chaos. This is pure chaos, Goppers. Is going to be able to go out in the storm, it looks like. Who else is still here? Oh, it does get placed 4th. That pistol is going to be the last of it, but I think... Who is going to be ending this victory? I think it was Regs. Maybe Moxie and Regs. I may be speaking a little bit out of turns, but I think that's going to be Moxie and Regs taking that from that last elimination that we did see. But no, it was Nina and Vader winning again.
Oh, wow. Okay, really? That's kind of crazy. Nina and Vader taking that 1st place victory. And I'm interested to see how many eliminations they got this time around within the game. Actually, let me see. I believe all we need is a refresh of the Unite. Kind of really gank around. It's so actually maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait for that to refresh. But the 2 games down, of course, the eliminations going probably very, very high. I mean, this team has been pretty solidified so far within that 1st game of getting 10 elims down on the board, and now, of course, taking in the possible 2nd victory. So
yeah, while we look at the replays, I mean, I feel like we saw a lot more players that started a little bit slower on that 1st game. kind of getting a little bit more active this one. Like we saw Panda and Lena really utilizing their positioning very well, using these porta forts a lot more. But this ending circle was a little bit difficult, I would say, in comparison. Couldn't really do as much as the grapple hooks because you can't grapple on water. You kind of have to move on over onto some land before you decide to do that. But congrats to Nina and Vader. We'll have to see how many eliminations they got, but that is actually crazy for them if they got the same amount. They got 5 eliminations with that placement. Yeah. Oh, wow.
It wasn't drastically as much as before. I felt like there were a lot more fights starting to happen, especially earlier on in the games, because people were looking at newer, lines to take. They were finding new spots to drop at, and they were just really trying to get themselves in the groove of where they wanted to land. I feel like here they started to coincide with other people, and that didn't seem to work out very well. So then a lot of people went down earlier, but at the end of the day, that second victory puts them up so far, and that's really gonna blow for everyone else, right? 145 for Nina and Vader, and right below them it's going to be that score of 106. So that's 45-point difference, and it might continue to go up.
I mean, we do only have one NA lobby going on next, and then we'll be switching to an EU server. So them getting as many points as they can on their NA lobbies that they feel a little bit more comfortable on, comparing ping and everything, is definitely in their playbook. That is something that they really need to get going, and I feel like they do have a very good spot right now. They have a lot of points that they can work off of. They could have a game where they're just like, all right, let's just see how many eliminations we can get, or all right, let's just play until we get to the end circle. Let's not get too crazy. I mean, only 5 eliminations this game, but still, maybe they just didn't see anyone. But yeah, that was a fun first game. We're gonna go to a quick break before we bring you game number 3, so just don't go anywhere. Stay there. Stay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Supergirl Pro Gamer Fortnite Championship Sunday. Welcome back. We're here. Hello, Gompers. And we also have a leaderboard for you to look at so you can see where everyone is placing at the moment. And, of course, it's going to be Lena and Vader leading the charge with 2 wins so far, 145 points. Wow. And you can see at the line right there, that's where the money cutoff is. You want to be above that if you want to be in the top 8 that get the prize money here. Wow.
Yeah,
Gompers.
for 14 elims going in second, that's also kind of impressive, especially with the score they've managed to succumb for themselves. So yeah, I think here might be the time. I don't know though. Nina and Vader, they seem to have a really solid plan. I'm curious if we could get some work on them, you know, this game to see what exactly they're doing. That's so good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to see their gameplay and what everything's happening, but I also want to see some of Frantic as well. I mean, that duo has been able to get the same almost 1 elimination lower than them, just has not been able to carry them over to a game win just yet, but maybe this could be it. This is only the 3rd game that we have going on. We're about halfway through, kind of technically, air quotes. But after this, we have 3 EU games, so it's going to be on a completely different ping. You're going to be playing a little bit differently because the shots aren't going to be registering the same. So it's going to be interesting to see how the players do fare on that. But I'm excited for this last NA game. I feel like some of the players are going to be going a little bit crazier, I would think. At least I'd hope so. I want to see some drop spots getting active, Gompers.
Yeah. I agree. I really do agree. I'm excited for how the plan is going to start to change for the NA players here, and more so how it's going to start to favor the EU ones that are playing within this game right now. But of course, we are going into the game. We're going to be able to see what and who is going to be this last winner for this particular server. Oh yeah, let's go. So we do get to see Vader and Nita this time. And we are going to have a very, very fun and swagger time to see what that drop is looking like. But that's so interesting. They pick the corner of the map to drop.
I like that. I like that. That's, I mean, does give them as much space as they want to away from other players that they can kind of just chill by themselves. They have the swamp here that does have the shield that they're able to get very easily. They are going to be able to completely loot this building all by themselves by the docks. So, I mean, I like this drop spot for them. That does give them quite literally a lot of advantages just moving in once the storm circle does start to get smaller. Maybe that's the play. Drop away from other people, then go get eliminations once you're all shielded up and utilitied up from everything. So good for them. Good for them. Also, this cat is adorable.
I know, right? And it's like a little holiday cat too.
Yeah.
So, you know, getting ready for the seasons that are coming up. But that's so cute and exciting. And yeah, it seems like the spot so far that they've landed at, like, is pretty good. The drop's looking spectacular.
Yeah.
If anything, they've picked a very, very good spot for them to kind of relax with. There are shots being fired, so I'm wondering if this is how they always end up setting themselves for that first 2 elims.
I think there may be some bots here that they have to defeat to be able to get into any of like the big crates as well. And I think one was eliminated, and they do. Okay. This is we're learning here, Gompers. All right, access granted. Yeah. There we go. And that's also the bandage gun that we were kind of praising last game. A very OP item once you get into the end. But it also does take up 2 spots. So you don't really want to just have that with you. It's going to be taking up a lot of inventory space that you could really have a lot more other items with as well. Oh, and now just playing
poor
catch.
guy's just getting thrown around. And now robbed. This is awful. No, it's okay. They've done this before. They know what they're doing. Oh goodness, yeah. So Mission Impossible now finished up, and they're just trying to check out where all of these, making sure everything doesn't go untouched, which I think is so clever. They know where every single chest might just be now. Of course, now assault rifle pickup might be able to come into fruition here. So yeah, they're right now in this moment, they seem to be very, very well built.
Yeah, and if I'm wrong, I think this is also a duo that won one of the Fall Frenzies last year. So they are pretty... I think they've been playing together for a while. And now able to see them together again has been really awesome. I love their play style. I mean, obviously, it's been granting them 2 wins so far. And now lots of points up on the scoreboard for them, and they're just really able to fortify themselves with all of the items. There's so many chests here that they're going to get so much ammo, all this loot that they need. Nothing purple yet, nothing legendary just yet, but still, I mean, do you really need the legendary guns if you have everything else that you need?
Especially like if you have the aim. Like it seems like, oh, and we're getting our wish though. Frantic and Canary kind of coming up as well to see what they're doing. So they did land. I am assuming they landed here at Misty Meadows. It doesn't seem like they have too much going on there inside of their inventory. So wow. So interesting drops on both sides. I would say their drop spot loot wise is super impressive.
Yes, absolutely. So many like houses for them to go in and grab a bunch of stuff. Is going to be trading out the floppers. No, is going to be trading out the floppers. Goodbye, floppers. Goodbye, fishy. Unfortunate. But yeah, there's so many buildings here, Misty Meadows, that they're able to just go through and just get every single bit of ammo, a shield, any gun that they could quite literally want in the world is here, except for a couple. And oh, that's a launcher. She passes up on the launcher. That's all right. Totally not hurt by that at all.
She trusts her ability right now. I would not in my case. I definitely would use the launcher because that's just honestly so much fun. But they're here to win. They're here to prepare themselves for the possible first victory. Instead of that second place they've been getting time and time again. I'm sure they want something different, and you know, I give them kudos to that. Oh yeah, dropping that down for. No, actually, what? Oh, pinged it out.
Okay, ping the chug jug.
Yeah, I just
All
saw
right.
one to make a marker.
No chug jug. He's not gonna pick up the chug jug. All right, okay. I like that she's going her own way because there's so many things that I like would be like, what? Why are you not picking those up? But maybe that's my issue. That's why I'm not a Fortnite pro, right? You know?
I have way too little patience to be a Fortnite pro, I feel.
Yeah. I just want to go and run and like hot drop anywhere I
can.
And just see if I can get it done. And I usually can't, unfortunately. But that's all right. I'll let them do that for me.
I would definitely go to a hotspot as well. I feel like that's just, you know, the battle in it is so entertaining and so fun. I definitely would not place very far up, but under the one circumstance that I do, that's when we thrive.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the bridge rift.
Absolutely.
Don't forget about the rift at the bridge.
I think I was invited to go play Fortnite with some other like esports people that play in EU servers, and I was like, well, I don't know, because I'm a little bit worried about the ping. I guess we will be able to see how NA players do fare on the ping, if there's like really any bit of a difference, because that's just something that I'm always worried about as just like a gamer in general. Like I want my shots to hit, I want things to work out, and if the ping is like too high, they sometimes don't. So maybe a little bit of a couple frustrating games for some of the gamers, and maybe we will see like some people just not playing if they feel like they have enough points to be able to keep themselves in the top 8. But even then, I don't think that's a smart decision to do. You should be able to. You should play all 6. Play all 6. Do it.
They're running towards the storm. Which, for a team that has Girly Bella and Lucca, who have so much good inventory right now at this moment, is kind of interesting. But I assume they left something behind, or maybe of the sort of just trying to pick off this fight inside of the storm to assist them, which could be the game plan, but not much happening right now. Instead, just looking around to loot.
Yeah, this is a little bit interesting. I mean, I guess the other team does get kind of pushed off from their area up on top of the building, so they're not going to be shooting at them while they're here, just trying to get more porta-forts. Probably did miss a couple on their way in, and you definitely need those for the ending fight, so you have a little bit of walls around you. And it looks like, oh, there is a rift here, so they are going to be able to make their way into the storm as quickly as they can. Girly Bella and Luck are going to be able to get into that both at the same time. And you can see in the distance is Frenzy Farms. Ooh.
Oh, back to it. I miss Frenzy Farm so much. I haven't seen this in a while, which now we finally get, you know, a bit of a sneak peek into the life of the Frenzy Farms from Girly Bella and Lucca. But right now, just, again, we're looting up. Maybe trying to get some health back here. Seems like it's working out pretty nicely. So yeah, a smart tactic to kind of run around, gain ground and information. Loot at the moment is the main objective, but of course shots fired. Just looking for that for the heal to come through. But of course, now fight starting to commence. The sniper not going to manage to find that elimination. Instead, actually running out of the way here.
Yeah, not going to be able to really get too much health, but a nice knockdown onto Emma from that long-range fight is going to try and make her way up there with a grapple, but this fight is going to get even more closer as this player is going to be moving her way towards the top. 28 damage on. I mean, this is a chase from Lucka. I don't think this other player is really expecting her to go as crazy as far into the storm, and that's exactly what Lucka is going to do. She is going to evade this, going to go back into safety. Not going to have that storm. I mean, it has no healing to her name, only a pot. It's not going to be able to utilize anything else, but look at that. A legendary gold AR. There are only, I think, 2 on the map there, so that's a huge pickup for her. They're going to be able to use that coming into the next fight. But I think that was a smart fall off from her. Maybe if the other player made it a little bit easier for them to get her, could have been something else. But still, I mean, you don't want to get too invasive, too crazy this early on. Only 70 players still left in here. You don't want to go down 35th if you feel like you can make it to the top.
Yeah, and I think we're getting close enough to the point where actually Kelsey and Somerset are the players that they saw on this bridge here. So that's quite interesting to see how that fight might work through. But yeah, like you said, right? Like trying to get a very, very good placement to keep themselves alive for this last NA server game is possibly the most important so that they can solidify some ground there. But of course, Storm Eye now starting to make itself in. And I think they pinged out location of somebody they might have just seen. Which, yeah, just keeping an eye out. Somerset did say this is the game. So could it be?
This is the game. This is the game. Oh, you know, dance break. That's all right. Not much really to do right now except wait for players, wait for some visibility happening. I mean, they're kind of in a very, not isolated place. They're kind of out in the open, not really hiding. People will be able to see the porta fort and be like, all right, there's definitely a duo there, right? Probably could hear their dancing as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're just chilling out, having some fun, waiting for some other players to take fights for them, just so they're not going down so early. Love this dance. They're just vibing.
It's nice to see them having fun, too.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is a real high-pressure moment right now. We got 68 people left. Let's just do a little gritty on him right now. This is kind of interesting. I'm really enjoying this right now. It's like Dance Battle Century. I wonder who's going to win. I feel like right now Kelsey is eliminating this dance right now.
Yeah, I think Kelsey won that.
Kelsey, yeah.
Kelsey won that dance battle. Well, no.
Oh, no, Somerset's still going.
She just got a DoorDash notification. Oh, a couple players they can see on the other edge of the storm as they come in. And, oh, unfortunately, they're going to have to move. They cannot stay here in this porta fort forever. They're going to have to start moving in about a couple minutes here. The dance battle will have to end.
Oh, actually, nothing came from that, which I'm surprised. Pretty solid shot, but at this point, they know that there is somebody in the porta fort not going to be able to hit the shots from the side of Somerset. And they can move whenever they please. But at the moment, they're comfortable, right? No storm reaching up just yet. 1 minute left until they really do have to start making some money moves here.
I think we could just jump in the water and then wait. If you're more than happy to test out that theory for us, that's great.
I'm listening to their comms right now.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what's going on because that dance, I wonder how random that dance battle was and what was going on there. But, 3 more games left in general within this whole entire tournament. See if they can win something, yeah.
Yeah. Nice rift that they're able to hit here. A little bit of footsteps, as you can see. Someone was below them. They were able to make it out in style. Going completely on the other edge of the storm. And now we're going to look at Moxie and Regs, a duo that we've seen so much in the female Fortnite, yikes, female Fortnite scene. Is able to get back up, was getting rezzed. Oh my gosh. Words are hard, Gompers. Words are really hard. I didn't have any coffee today.
It's okay.
Do you need
Me
coffee?
either.
Do you need coffee to like be able to talk normally, or
I
is
was
that like just
actually-
me?
I was gonna go to a coffee shop after this.
Oh,
Yeah. So
at like 7 p.m.
yeah.
Coffee at 7 p.m.
Oh yeah. You
What are
never,
your
like,
Sunday night activities that you need coffee at 7 p.m.? Playing Rocket League with your controller with
yeah.
like your broken hand.
With my broken hand, I play Rocket League in the coffee shop on my controller, and I use my toes to play as well. So
Oh, great. Good.
I just like to sit down, read a book. Sometimes I just like to get away from the world for a little, drink a
Oh,
coffee.
that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Understand.
I highly recommend it. It's been my mental break every Sunday.
That's nice. Well, I live in a very small town, and coffee shops are not open at 7 p.m. on a Sunday. So, unfortunately for me, I will not be able to do that this Sunday. Maybe I'll do that on a Monday.
Hey, McDonald's is equally as good.
No, it is not. I'm not sitting in the lobby of my McDonald's at 7 p.m. Are you crazy?
That's an escape as well.
I don't think that is. I think that is me walking directly into danger.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, no. I love this movement. That was some movement there. The slide canceling. Now, looking back on Girly, Bella, and Lekka, looks like they have been able to really save themselves here. They have a really nice stack of loot, no healing items, but they do have 3 half pots to their name and the grapple guns, a nice shotgun, and a legendary AR as well. Looks like they're trying to take some fights. Ooh, or maybe just trying to hide from it, trying to make their way through the storm, trying to grab that supply crate, as some players are going to start jumping on them. Oh, see ahead. Is anyone going to jump
right below,
on them?
actually.
Yeah, right
Oh,
below
never
them
mind,
now.
sorry. That was
Below
their
them?
teammate.
To the side?
I got worried. I got worried.
Oh, they're in this
like they're-
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost done. I'm weak.
I don't know how they
It's a duo, it's not solo.
deal with the suspense here. I'd be so worried. Maybe just inside of that room. It seems like they could have run away. There's so many options to escape here.
Yeah, it's another like duo as well. You can see there are 2, I think 3 footsteps actually that I saw on the map. So could be third partying here. And now you can see there's another duo running above on the hill right behind them. So kind of a precarious situation for them to be sitting in.
Not yet, not yet. There's
Could
five.
be able to get them 2 eliminations, but that could get them out really early on the last NA
Chill.
server map that we have right now. It's going to be able to just go in, grab as much healing as they can, just grab some loot, maybe try and just get out of here. Oh, but I don't know if that they're going to let them. You can see that they're just kind of flying around them right now.
I know. Follow.
Yeah, looking for time to maybe get some. Actually, no shield pots needed. They might need a little bit of health, but they're in a good spot at the moment. Enough time to kind of regain some ground. Oh, I thought that was going to drop, and they were going to have to try to search for that. But regardless, yeah, some heals can come through, and they know that some players have escaped, hearing shots coming through from their left-hand side. So eliminations now going down to the board. 54 players left. Keep that number in mind because we're starting to get very, very close to that end game within this NA server.
Yeah, now already literally down to 48 since you just said that. Everyone is starting to drop. We haven't even gotten Storm Surge quite yet. It seems like a lot of players have been able to get eliminated, and now Vader and Nina, this top duo that we've been able to see, getting 2 victory royales and now looking for their third. Lots of shots going long range on this one team that is trying to save themselves. And I think we're very close to where Girly Bella is. You can see, I think that's where they were at, just a little bit farther away from them, but they are pretty fortified for themselves, just sitting here, very well situated. Just a lot of damage going on to these players, long range shots. And
Wow.
yeah, that is,
Dude.
wow.
It's interesting. They're playing so well together, though, which I would say is probably key. They're not separating themselves to pick off 2 fights at once. They're keeping themselves within one sole objective, and right now dropping at the same time to fight this one out, one on top, one below to find elimination. And that's how easy it is for a team like this one to just keep it coming. 5 elims, 6 now left down on the board for the individuals that have gone down. Rest in peace. But of course, there it goes, elims for Nina and Vader to possibly get that next victory again.
Wow, they are just like so well conjoined, so well like playing together. You can tell that they've been playing for a while. They have everything coordinated. They are going together, taking these fights together, not leaving themselves alone. And it's working out so well for them, even though, just a little bit of damage down onto Girly Bella. But I think the eliminations came through. Vader was able to finish them for them. So they're able now just to heal up, just to fortify, chill out right now as the Storm Circle is about to get a little bit crazier now. 32 players left and just got to keep moving at this point. Try and see if you can get more eliminations. And there we go. That's the bandage cannon. There we go. That's what I was waiting to see. That's going to be the heal up all the way to 86 health. That overshield is also back as well. And now, honestly, they are in a very, very good spot. They feel very well situated right now.
I mean, you'd have to believe it at this point. They don't have much to worry about. I'm wondering who they're actually shooting at this moment in time. Seems like Moxie and Regs just looking for anything. One elimination left to their name. And of course, not placed too well coming along here. I'm wondering who that Elim was in particular, too, especially now that we know so many players are just sitting within these portal forts. So 28 players left. And one Elim on the side of Moxie and Regs. They're looking for something more, but of course the ping starting to come through is the rotation to come with 56 seconds left and the storm now making its way. Somebody's going to have to try to walk up on Moxie and Regs to get some sort of ground here.
Absolutely. All of those players that are right to the right, where they're looking at towards the east of the map, are going to start coming into their direction. They have this porta fort here situated right on the edge of the water. This is a very, very well spotted area. And, that shot not going to be able to land, but trying to use that rifle, but they're going to get infiltrated. A player in their area going to have to just destroy all of the tires below them. All of their low ground is now just gone. They have to stay at the top. This is a dangerous spot for them. They could get walked up on at any point. They have to stay vigilant. They have to stay alive and looking at every single angle around them, just because you can see all of the footsteps, all of the flying players near them. They are a little bit in a bit of a pickle.
This could work out for them, though. I do believe the location they're in isn't really too terrible. Everybody else is focused on the fights that are ahead of them. They can third party pretty heavily, and that's exactly what they're going to do, right? Shield already knocked down. I mean, quite possibly knocked down. Maybe just gone down to a slight move, but Moxie and Regs communicating with each other to keep this win coming down to them. But of course, communication is key, and it might just be the elimination that comes through and gives them leeway there. But of course, it is the grapple hook to give way.
Of course it's the grapple hook. It's always the grapple hook, but they're going to be using one of their own to try and get on top of these duos that are in this other porta fort. Nice shots landing on them, getting cracked, and I think that is an elimination down. But still, there's so many more players around them in this area. Is able to pick up that bandage gun just to heal up her teammates. That shotgun, nice. One down, and now there's just one more left. And I think that's actually an entire duo gone just for them. 4 eliminations total for this duo. They are sitting really nice. Look at all this loot that they have around them. They have that bandage gun. They have all the shotguns that they could want and all of this shield that they could really up themselves up, getting ready for this end fight.
Looking to push themselves. I mean, honestly, at this point, that's all you need to win. Just hide within the porta fort. Give yourself some leeway. I would be a bit afraid of Nina and Vader, though, because we've seen the way they execute on the porta forts, and it's looking pretty scary. But right now, just trying to knock down some of the porta forts themselves, gives themselves some leeway. They're very, very close to the zone. So at this point, they're going to catch out a lot of these players making that movement there.
Oh, yeah, and it's a bit of a high ground zone that they're going to have to move to. So these grapple guns are going to be coming into play. At least going to be able to destroy a little bit of the walls from these other teammates. Going to see the players that are shooting at them. A little bit of a nice crack, but not completely exactly what they need to be able to get the full elimination. Just going to be able to throw some shots. And once the storm starts moving, it's going to be, honestly, all brawl. 10 players still left here in this end circle. It's going to be a little bit crazy. Lots of grapple hooks going to be coming out here.
Own footsteps heard, looking for a place to third party, but they move out of the way. And if they don't figure out the time here, okay, they timed it well, so nobody left behind, but at the same time, there's a big porta fort that just arrived, so everyone is going to want to get their hands on that. They have the high ground, though. There's not much worry to it. 6 players left into this, so there is a chance for Moxie and Regs to make this victory happen.
Oh, yeah, that's Kelsey down. That's Somerset's duo as well. So Somerset now playing as a solo is going to be getting knocked down. Unfortunately,
Wow.
Regs is there. I think, is that a victory royale for them?
Yeah.
There we go. Congratulations to Moxie and Regs. Going to throw a little bit of a dancing, a little jig on there. Woo. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Moxie and Regs, congratulations. That's their first win going down. And before, they were 6th place, but with 65 added, they're going to have a score. Plus with a couple of the eliminations. So they should have a very, very pretty good score to push themselves up the leaderboard very, very heavily. I believe we actually just saw them move up, and they're 4th place now. So that's going to figure itself out pretty nicely, especially now that we're moving to the EU servers, baby. We're switching it up.
Yeah, I don't know if that got them all the way up above Vader and Nina. The fact that they have 2 victory royales and that, I think they must have ended at some point in 5th place there, but still. Lots of players that we haven't seen really get to the end zone or even win getting here in the end. I mean, Somerset, we've not really seen too much of her, but we did see a little bit at the end. Kelsey getting knocked down, unfortunately. But that was a great victory royale from Moxie Regs. Congratulations for that victory royale. Clap, 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 clap. But now we are moving into EU servers, golfers, and I don't know really what to expect here, honestly.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see who can handle, you know, the difference there, if there even is a big difference there, you know, switching up the servers, and if the players who have been at the bottom are really only at the bottom for a particular reason per se. So that's going to be quite interesting to see. I mean, let's take a look really quick as well. Robin and Nello, 15 eliminations, right? We have Julia and Leah with 12 eliminations, 10 and 11 for Cutie, Jade, Ames, and Nolik. So there's a lot of players here who have so much potential that could really arrive and push themselves up to that 1st place spot, or even then get the eliminations needed to push themselves further. But I just want to say Nina and Vader still at 1st place with that 24 eliminations. What is going on? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they even placed 13th this last game. So we're going to be able to see how they fare in this next game, but we are going to be right back in just a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of break for the players. I mean, they had to switch on over to EU service, and also they need a little bit of a snack, a little bit of a drink break. So you go. Don't leave. Don't leave. We'll be back.
I play for me. I play for fun. I play for real. I play for friends and Friday nights. We play for all. This is a new age of play. Play your way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Supergirl Gamer Pro Fortnite Championship Sunday. My name is Apples, and if you're just joining, this is also Gompers.
Hello, it is me, Gompers.
It's Gompers. She broke her wrist. Anyways, we are going into our 4th game of the day, starting on EU servers. And just before we do that, let's take a look at this leaderboard, Gompers. Yummy.
Okay, so here we are. Daya and Yasmin kind of slowly putting themselves up on that leaderboard. I'm surprised because Frantic, actually, who were the two that were slowly making themselves and solidifying themselves? I'm not sure, but here comes Nina and Vader with that first place with 24 elims, 2 wins down on the board to start off the NA servers, which is going to be so difficult to come up from. But 160, 146, 140, not too far off from taking that first place spot. So anything is possible here.
Yeah, I feel like Daya and Yasmin has been a duo that we haven't really seen much from, but they have slowly crawled their way up this leaderboard right now. 12 eliminations with 160 score. Only 20 away from that top spot. With I think they must just be riding off of a lot of their like 2nd place or 3rd place wins here. Doing really well for themselves. But you can see at the bottom, 9th and 10th place, we have Kelsey and Somerset and Paul Lewinki in Alarming Amber right at the brink of coming back into this top 8. And that is where the money is. That's where the prizing is. So you want to make sure that these next 3 games that you have are the best. And it's going to be really interesting. I mean, I think we talked about it a little bit already, but we could talk about it again. These EU servers are going to be interesting for the players that are playing on NA or even on the West Coast. It's going to be a little difficult depending on how the ping is going to be affecting your gameplay and how those shots really register. So Nina and Vader getting themselves in that first place with 180 score right now is very, very important for them. It's going to be hard, I feel, for some of these players, but they have already gotten themselves to this spot. So maybe we'll see a little bit of some jumbling up here, I feel.
There is such a big possibility for a lot of these players to come back. And even though we don't see a lot of players' names here on the leaderboard, there's 3 games left and there's 3 potential chances for them to slowly solidify themselves into that top 8 and to get that prize. So it's never over, especially now that we're moving on to, you know, different server, different potential for different people. So I'm excited. Could it be that, you know, Nina and Vader are just crazy? Honestly, it might just be because they get another victory, of course, but that's the fun in Fortnite. You never know.
You really never know. I mean, there could be just a game where they get eliminated straight off the bat, depending on how their drop zone is really activated. But their teamwork, like playing, has been just so well done. They have very like conjoined action. I really hope that their ping doesn't like affect that going to this next one. That would like really suck. Like maybe if one of them has like really, really high ping, the other one doesn't, depending just on how your internet really works. Could really affect that just a little bit, but like they were jumping into the porta fort so well just together. Like all the shots were just like so conjoined and well done. So we'll just have to see. We are going to be taking a look at the top or the 7 to the 10 teams. So some of the players that we haven't seen too much from, like Vanessa and Millie, Kayana and Lexia, and also Kelsey and Somerset and Paul and Paul Nowinki and Alarming Amber, which we haven't seen too much. They've been a little bit on the quieter side, but still standing in that top 10. That's pretty good for them so far.
Oh, yeah. Top 10, it isn't that terrible to start off for the first 3 either. I feel like here, it's not, no one's too worried just yet, right? They still have their resolve. They're still feeling like, you know what, I can take it back. And at this point, for some people who are very, very far up, it's just worrying about, okay, the placement and the eliminations to push themselves that extra step further. For those who are last, it really is just about that placement. So, you know, there could be a change in pace of game. There could be a slower game for a lot of people on the outskirts.
Absolutely. And just looking at the Daya and Yasmin, they have been able to place, it looks like 4th or 2nd, 8th, and 2nd. So they have been right at the brink of winning games. That's why they are 2nd on the leaderboard. Below them, we have Huncho and Ali, and they've been placing 9th, 2nd, and 4th. Regs and Moxie, obviously, they just won their first game. The last one. In the first game, they actually placed 20th, which is something that you don't really see from Moxie and Regs. Maybe they just had like a little bit of a slower start, didn't drop into like a very forgiving area, and then also placed 4th as well in their second game. Frantic and Canary actually placed 22nd in that, or 21st in that last game. So maybe got eliminated off the bat. They only had 1 to their name. But so far, I mean, they have 15 in total, so it's not completely far gone. There's nothing that no one can come back from. The scores are still really close together, and it could mean just one game could bring a team up to the top right now.
No, and it genuinely could. So one game, even at the end, could be the difference for all. We could have Vader and Nina sticking up to first the whole entire series, the whole entire 5 games, and the last game being that decider. So it really is never over for anyone. And there's always competition on the horizon, which is going to be so exciting to see on everybody's side. I know that, you know, Somerset kind of reaching that threshold as well is definitely feeling the heat and wanting to push themselves further.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at the game. It looks like it is going to start just now, and we're ready. We're in EU, golfers. How does it feel?
It feels good. I can see the Big Ben over on the left-hand side, you know, going over to... That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It's all in my head.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's in your head. I can see the Eiffel Tower. You can see it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can see the Statue of Liberty. Oh, wait, sorry.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, wrong side.
You're wrong.
Wrong side.
Yeah, now starting off with Layla and Kayana. Let me see where they're situated at right now. This is the number 8 team right now. Have already only gotten 7 eliminations with a score of 99. And it looks like they have been going out. They had a 4th placement, a 5th placement, and then that last game they went out 38th. So maybe they just really needed this next game to be able to get into it, and now able to start at Weeping Woods, a very lucrative spot to be able to getting a lot of loot at the beginning. Yeah, it's just that hurry up and get some loot. That's exactly what's happening right now.
They're chilling out at the moment. Yeah, just pretty much just the solid ground at the first couple storms of the game is just try to get loot that will favor you later on, which most of it being the weapons. You can get the heal offs and the minis and the big pots from other players. So kind of just wanting to make sure they have everything in their pockets right now. Leela and Kiana feeling comfortable. They're feeling good. The minis now spotted out. A lot of people starting to gather hope as well.
Yeah, and I feel like this era of Fortnite, I just like flashback to like being able to memorize where all of the chests were in the Weeping Woods area and just going straight to them. Exactly what they were able to do. And now moving on to the other end of the woods, just still able to nothing too crazy. They have not run into any players yet, thankfully. So they're just really just chilling on their own. Ooh, a nice rifle. That's a good pickup. They only had one that was a gray. Still no fun weapons yet. No porta-forts and no grapplers just quite yet. They'll have to wait just a bit for those once they get into a better loot area. But Gompers, chat was wondering why how you broke your wrist. Gompers.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I fell.
Yeah.
I snowboard, guys, if you didn't know. And I was kind of enjoying it, you know. There was my friend's snowboard. We all like to do tricks from time to time.
Okay.
There was a big jump. I was a beginner to tricks and stuff, so I've never gone as fast as I did before. And all my friends were going pretty fast on a big jump, and I went just as fast. And let's just say I fell 8 feet straight onto my
8
wrist.
feet?
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
8 feet just straight on my back, and my hands instinctively pulled out.
Oh no.
It was you know, when you're in the air for that long, it's such a weird experience because you know you're gonna fall, and all I could think in my head was I'm gonna break a bone. And it's so crazy because my body braced for impact, and I could feel like me accepting my fate. Like, it's such a weird experience. Like, you just accept it at that point. You're kind of just, your body relaxes and it braces for impact, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna happen. I can't do anything about it. So it's weird. It's definitely weird. If you guys ever fall 8 feet snowboarding, let me know.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever fallen like that much of a distance. I tend to like keep myself away from places or activities that like could break myself. Like other than hiking, I guess. But like
Hiking is fun.
yeah. Did
I
you
like
see
hiking a lot.
on the map Spaghetti Grotto?
What?
I just saw Spaghetti Grotto on the map.
Someone needs to pull that back up right now.
Yeah. Spaghetti
Oh.
Grotto. I've never heard of that. And like I'm looking it up.
Oh,
This is
now I want
not
spaghetti.
my chapter 2.
It's Victoria and Cece.
I'm really craving carbs now at this point. Oh, okay. Yeah. Spaghetti Grotto. There's the dog pound. I don't know what that is. That's so interesting.
Why is it called Spaghetti Grotto? It's literally just the grotto, but it's called Spaghetti Grotto for some reason. Interesting.
I kind of like that. I don't know why. It sounds very
Oh.
appetizing.
You were talking about the M&M gun, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, it pays homage to the song "Lose Yourself." You know, where he said, you know,
Oh.
spaghetti.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
Is
thought I
that
would get
not-
away from that.
Yeah. You were upset about that gun, and now you can't get away from Eminem, unfortunately.
I can't. Genuinely, I can't. Like, at first it was fun to listen to, but now, you know, having a machine gun that just spits out Rap God is not what I expected.
Oh, that's sick, though.
It's great. It was honestly pretty impressive the first couple times. Then you're like, wow, this guy has it for like the 5th time. That's great.
He's having a good time. He's having a good time. I mean, I would enjoy myself if I heard that. But I think if you're playing Fortnite for like hours every day, it gets old, I would assume. Which is why you were sick of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're looking over here.
Ooh, can see some players off in the distance, looking like they can try and throw some shots their way. Oh, who are they looking for? That's not them. Hmm. Interesting. I guess they may know some of the drop spots of some players wanting to eliminate the ones that are higher up. Ooh, does see one player. I think they were able to rift before they even get on them, though. Now just going to be going back into the safety of this bush. 75 players left. And the storm has not gotten too close to them yet. They don't really have to worry about things too soon. Just going to be able to chill. Chillax.
No, I didn't. I am too high.
Yeah, just sitting inside of this bush. To see where those 2 players landed?
Oh no, they're up top, they're up top.
I mean, quite possibly not really mattering too much as Somerset now makes way. Oh my goodness. And they're just executing on this poor individual. At this point, looking to see what loot might just be around, but the teammate making way as well, dropping down below to try to pick off the fight. Actually, no, not the teammate, but the shots are hitting so good. Shield cracked, but in enough time getting away. Actually, maybe not. Dropping down just underneath for Kelsey to take that one.
I think one fell away. One flew down right next to them, unfortunately. Not going to be able to finish that elimination. Does give them a bit of damage if the Storm Surge does end up activating in this next round. Still, that was like really, really close quarters. Good shots from Somerset, but unfortunately not going to be eventing into an elimination.
Yeah, looking to relax into this area. In particular, right now, for Somerset especially, there's not much to worry about other than where everybody else is. I mean, they have a pretty good loot at the moment, enough to really pick off some of these individuals right now, especially great crack on that 105.
Yeah, a bit of a dangerous area to be in if this ends up being the end storm circle. I feel like if people get trapped into this building, it's going to be a interesting end fight. But from what we've seen so far, it looks like a lot of it is going to be really dependent on the grappling hooks. You could see Somerset does have 116 ping to the server. But honestly, the way that she's able to shoot and throw a lot of shots into some players, it doesn't really feel like there's much of a difference. It seems very easily done. Doesn't feel like there's too much of a gameplay mishap. So pretty good for them, honestly. I was worried. No, I'm not.
I'm not worried too much. I feel like the best place to be is inside of a building at this point, because as everybody's starting to migrate out of the way, you know, you're just gathering some loot, figuring out where the ammo's going to come from. And kind of making your own way out of that, but Kelsey and Somerset, again, just reaching that threshold before to make that top 8. So, if anything, just worried about, you know, how they're going to go about that and what's going to happen here. Of course, not too worried, though. It seems like this team likes to have fun, laughing it up during the server. So, it's nice because it's not too much stress to where, you know, the game really does become a problem. At this point, they're enjoying themselves, and that's really good.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, just trying to stay alive here. Don't want to go too crazy too quick. I mean, they could get as many eliminations as they want once they hit the top 10. Once there's 10 players left in the server, I feel like they could end up starting to get, all right, let's throw some shots. Let's throw some shots. The players that are trying to grapple around. But 5 gifted. Chat, can we get 5 gifted?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, chat, can we get 5 gifted?
Can we get 5 gifted? Yeah, I want 5 gifted. I need it. Chat, L in the chat for my wrist, please.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for your wrist.
L.
How long is it gonna take for your wrist to like
I
come
need.
alive?
I'm getting surgery, so I need
What?
Yeah. I'm getting surgery for it. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they said like I probably won't use it for quite a while, like maybe a couple months. So
Wow.
we are
Wow. That
really sad.
that is really sad.
I think it's like after surgery, it's 2 weeks where I can't use it at all or even touch it, or like it needs to be like strictly under rest. And then I think after that, it's like a couple months of just not being able to work out or do any extremes.
What are you gonna do? Are you not gonna play video games for 2 weeks? Or are you gonna play with your feet?
I'm gonna play with my feet. I'm buying that little pad that they were talking about. Like I'm buying a keyboard specifically for my big toes.
Oh my god.
And I'm ripping Fortnite. And I'm ripping like I'm ripping all these games. You can't stop me.
What's it called? The adaptive controller?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a controller that lets me play with my feet.
Oh, I see it. Oh, yeah. That
And my
looks
left
nice.
hand. Yeah.
There you go.
It's over. It's over for everyone in the lobbies. I warn you guys, stay out.
Oh, it looks like a Mix Masters like controller.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Can you please stream with us and like have a
Oh yeah,
camera?
I'll do foot cam.
Please? Not a foot cam. Don't play with your feet. Do a hand cam. Have you played
Okay,
this
yeah,
with your
of course,
left
of
hand,
course.
okay?
Of course,
Oh
my
my
bad.
gosh. No foot cam on this show.
I thought you guys wanted to see the movement.
I mean, I won't watch it, but I'm sure there are people who will. Unfortunately. But yeah, going back into Fortnite. You could be the first Fortnite player to go pro with their feet. Maybe I could be wrong. There could actually be someone who's already done that.
There could be someone, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be, I want to meet them. That's so interesting. I need lessons and tips, to be honest, if I'm not going to be able to play
You
for a
need
while.
to tweet about this. I feel like so many people will be able to tell you, like,
Honestly,
how to do
yeah.
this. Yeah.
I will. I will
Okay,
have
good.
to, because I don't think I can survive even one day. So, it's been hard.
I'm so sorry. Are you won't be able to pick up your dog? You'll have to do it
I
with your
can
left
barely pick him
hand.
up as is. He's a little chonky. I feed him too much.
That's okay. That's valid.
He's a happy man, though.
I like this hiding place for Vanessa and Millie. I feel like this is some place that may go overlooked. And they're able to throw some shots down range. Ooh, does get cracked though. That's a little bit painful, but they have the healings to be able to get back into it.
Oh my god, this feels goated, but
30 squads left. That means that there's a lot of players that are single players right now. With 56 players left. Wait, let me do some math. I can't do math. 5.
I mean, you're probably better than me. I thought 70 divided by 2 was 7, so.
Which is crazy.
I thought it was like the wait, even then
that
that makes
is
sense. I thought it was like 7
crazy.
times 2 was 70, and then I thought that just made sense in my head.
Commerce? Go back to school.
To go back to school. Oh my gosh.
7 times 2 is 14, by the way.
I know. I realized that after I said it.
Thank you for realizing.
Interesting
Overlay?
yeah. This is kind of cool.
I think that's our webcam, yeah. In the
It's
bottom
like I'm
right
getting
corner.
hacked. It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
But
Edgy.
edgy.
Edgy. Our brains are melting by the
I
fourth
know.
game.
It's like the slower the games get, the more podcast comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is brilliant and beautiful. I love it.
I love video games.
Oh, same. Oh, same.
Yeah.
When I can play them.
Well, you can play Rocket League with a controller, right?
It's so weird the way that I have to play. It's so odd. It's okay.
What? Okay, which of
they
your
can play for
fingers
me.
are like non-usable? Like, can you only use like your pinky and
The
like?
cast is so far up that it's like
Oh, nice shot.
I can use my what is it called, the pointing finger, and
Yeah,
I can
like
use
your index finger.
yeah, and I can use middle index, middle ring, and pinky.
You just can't use your.
But I
thumb.
can't wrist my hand, so like my whole hand has to turn. I can't wrist my hand. I can't turn my hand, so my whole hand has to turn. And it's so awkward.
Oh. Owie.
My whole
So, like,
arm.
How do you use a joystick if your thumb doesn't work?
We do index on the joy,
No
middle
way.
on the or like ring and middle. I try to reach up there, and like we just set it on the table and we play that way.
Wow. That's how I would play a Guitar Hero like that with it turned over like I was playing a piano when I was a kid.
That's so interesting. Why would you do that?
So I could see the colors.
That's so interesting. That's so funny.
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
it's hard to see the colors when they're turned away from you. I'm not going to memorize that. Are you kidding me? Not when I'm 6 years old.
Oh my gosh! I thought they were gonna fall out. That kind of scared me, honestly. 6 years old. You were ripping on Guitar Hero at 6 years old.
Yeah, I grew up in a video game family. We had Guitar Hero, we had Rock Band, we had it all.
Honestly, best games ever. I always wanted the drum set, but my family was like, nah.
No way. We got the
Yeah.
drum set so like our entire family could do stuff. And we would all play Guitar Hero or Rock Band together. It was really cute. It was like a
Damn.
commercial.
I wish, dude. And nobody here is rocking out themselves. Honestly, it seems they're bringing themselves back to reality. They tried to pick a fight. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Which, at this point, one Elam on the board. They could try for more, but at this point, placement going up to 40 players left. I'm not going to do the math on that either.
20.
20. Nice.
Divide it by 2, but honestly, you can't divide things by 2, so I won't ask you.
I have a problem. If you said 10, I could have made that work.
They're like, oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
I can only do the simple numbers. They don't hit me with that 2 stuff, all right?
Can you do 1?
Hold on.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's obviously the same number, guys. I'm joking.
Yeah. Yep.
Ask me when I'm like in the zone, then you won't get the same response.
Yeah,
Oh my
35. Yeah, the zone's getting really small here. Hannah and Chech attack. I'm gonna say, is it Chech attack? You think?
Chech attack.
Chech attack. Chicha.
Check. It might be check attack or Chech
Check
attack.
attack.
Check attack.
Check attack. One elimination to their name. So at least we're able to pick up one. Right now, 34 players left. Divide that by 1, Gompers.
34.
Good job. Good job. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job. You passed the class.
The first class I ever passed. But they're, oh wow, actually finding some players as well. They're neighbors now, so that's going to suck. Trying to see how they're going to be able to do that. 2 neighbors is brilliant. So now they have to fight this off. And that's going to be so difficult. They have enough shield, though, to use. Not enough pots, actually, on both ends here to kind of utilize as well. So they hear the footsteps coming through. They know that these players are just residing, opening the door, checking out the yard. And, of course, there's one there.
Right beneath us, right here.
I want them to get active. I want them to get aggressive. And they can see that they're starting to heal up near them.
They're right beneath us. Right beneath us.
They're right behind, right below them. Oh, comms. Team comms.
Yeah, right?
Nice comms. Yeah, right below them. Could be able to go out there and grab another shot on them with this shotgun. I mean, it would be nice for them to be able to get some nicer weapons. Unfortunately, they are on green. Oh, you can see her through the crack.
Okay, yeah, you're good, you're good.
Oh, just going to run away. Let's just go to zone and see if we can kind of get them out, trick them, bait them into thinking that they're there still. Oh, does get cracked herself down to 75 health, but it's going to be okay. They're just trying to get their way into Stormed. You can see every other player is as well. They're going to be right behind them in just a second. But let's see if they can maybe take this Portafort at the bottom. Nice crack onto another player. Just trying to hide, see if they can find anyone and stay alive. 29 players left. Divide that by 1, Gompers.
29.
Yeah. You sounded questionable. Like 29.
29. We're getting better at the maths, but they're getting better at the elims. Okay, they did pick off another player. I'm wondering if you know, the best bet would have been to pick off that fight and then move along, because it doesn't seem like that might be the case. Already making some damage happen. Eliminations coming in left and right, but of course the teammate down. They can't seem to make that pickup though, and looking to escape everybody's wrath. And they're good for now, but maybe not. 14th place coming through from Hannah and Check attack. And that's not going to feel too good. But of course, so many other players left. That one hiding within the bus, others inside of their Portaforts, and Moxie feeling good about this one.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Setting their sights onto where they want to go to once the next zone starts happening. Just trying to hide right now. You can see how many footsteps are just all around them, letting the other players getting active, getting the eliminations, getting the damage down, where they are just fortifying themselves right now. 250 health. They start to get a little bit of an attack on them, so that's their cue to start moving here. Just using the Portaforts as some, I guess, some area to hide behind. A nice knock, but is now knocked just by themselves. Regs is the last one alive, is going to have to clutch this up for the team, but unfortunately going to be placing 10th for themselves. Hannah and Check still here, still in the game.
Actually, no.
Trying to calm to their teams, trying to stay behind some cover. They don't have anything else to really hide behind. Grab some grappler here, but the pop shots are coming. There's not much else that they can do except to start grappling around here.
Run, grapple, 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 grapple.
Pulling up the grapple. Okay, they meet each other in the middle. Nice dance to make. And the teammate there. Keep grappling is the plan. That is the plan. I love the comms coming through here. And it's so funny because despite that, they didn't listen to their own plan, so they get eliminated by Lolly. And it's so interesting, though. Is how well that would have worked out. But I love this. I love the genuine reaction coming through right with the victory where, yeah, let's go, hyping up the teammates. And now that coming through. So we do get to see who that victor is going to be.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. We're calculating the scores. We're getting everything together. Amira and Ali. Okay, we didn't really see much from them. I think that was a team that was just below the top 10, so we didn't see them really too high up. No, they're actually number 3, I think, on the leaderboard. So that's going to be boosting them up very, very well once we see the full leaderboard coming up. But that was interesting that we were able to see that a lot of NA players were kind of playing okay on this ping. I didn't really feel like the shots weren't registering. You could literally see Somerset 120 ping with a nice knock with the sniper. Melanie, I think, also with the same amount of ping with a nice kill as well. Just so much happening here. The NAs are not going to be leaving here too quickly.
No, it's going to be quite hard to kind of get the NAs out. I feel like especially, you know, having the first couple games definitely helps a lot. Now moving over to the EU, definitely trying to see how that's going to work out for them. But it's going to be a very, very good first game coming through on those EU servers. And I think it was more interesting. It was very, very slow, which I'm not so used to, but I think all in all, it worked out for the best. We got to see a name that we haven't seen in first win. So to me, that is the win in my books.
That is definitely a win. I love seeing more players getting the top dog spot. I mean, as much as we love seeing Vader and Nino winning, it's always nice to see some other players as well getting the number 1. But we're going to be right back. We're going to have a quick break, and maybe we will have an updated leaderboard. But for sure, we will have game number 5 ready for you in just a few minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Supergirl Gamer Pro Championship Fortnite Sunday. Lots of words there, but lots of games that we have already played, and we only are on our 5th so far out of 6. Gompers, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We're starting to get more into the nitty-gritty of things where it does feel like people are starting to be more, I don't know how to describe it, but tactical instead of picking off these fights so early on. As we're seeing the eliminations, they're starting to take a slow pull back as well. So it comes out in the late game, so many players left alive in a very, very small zone, and then that's where the eruption starts, which I like more a little bit, because then we start to get into a very, very big disruption later on in the game, and it comes by so quick to see who wins that off.
Yeah, just to like say something very, very quickly on this Unite leaderboard so far, Girly, Bella, and Luck, they got 12 eliminations last game, only ending in 8th place. I mean, if you are able to get those eliminations, you're going to go up on the leaderboard, but unfortunately, they have not been able to get the placements that have been really giving them the points they need to be able to get to the end of it. Unfortunate for them, but they do have 2 more games left that they could really go. I feel like Girly Bella is a player that has been here for a while. That's been in the Fortnite competitive scene for a long, long time. So if she's able to come back from this, she can come back from anything, honestly.
I agree, and I'm quite surprised, like, despite that, with a couple NA players, like you said, you can't take off NA, Somerset and Kelsey making that 9th place with just 4 elims, and of course slowly making that placement go up and up and up as we go. But it is interesting to see, you know, how this turns out. Girly Bella with 12 elims is definitely crazy, though.
Yeah, in the first place so far, only like away from first place by only 6 points. Lolly and Arissa right behind them at 62 with 6 eliminations. So you can really definitely close that gap with eliminations if you are ending in 2nd place. That is something that is definitely able to happen. But if you end in first place with no eliminations, I think you are definitely going to be overtaken at this point. So there are a lot of things that you have to consider. Is what you need to do eliminations at this point, or do you want to get to that end zone, that end circle, the last 3 teams that are just grappling around in just chaos, honestly, to get those placement points, because that is really where you're going to get a lot of your points.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's always been just the game of where you end up at the end. And I think Alina and Huncho did a really, really good job. I'm actually curious where they placed in an A. I do want to see where they were before, because I know a lot of these players were that top 8 spot. They were having a little bit of trouble there.
Oh, it looks like they were 3rd. They were 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah, with 146 points. So that's actually going to be really, really good for them for like the ending battles.
Yeah. That's going to be really good. So they're chilling right now, honestly. They don't have a lot to worry about at this stage of the game. All they have to do is just keep it going.
Yeah, which they can. From what we saw, I think they can. There are a lot of players that we have seen today that have like the fortitude to be able to just sit and wait for that ending circle. But is that what's really going to get you there? Do you need to get these eliminations? We'll have to see. I really want people to get aggressive. I would like that. I feel like a lot of people have been like kind of chilling, a little bit nervous to get very active because they don't really know all the players that are around them, especially in that ending circle when there's about like 40 players left. I want people to get aggressive. I want people to start like going for eliminations, just getting the lobby cleared out so they can just get to that ending 10 players. But even then, will the zone be as small as it needs to be for them to get crazy with all the grappling hooks? So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We have 2 games left on our ticket, 5th and 6th, and they're both in EU. I mean, we've already seen that it honestly does not matter how high your ping is. You can still go crazy with it.
No, yeah, and it goes to show, too, like, there's not that much of a difference, and maybe there is something very, very slight to where it does alter the gameplay of a lot of these players, but it seems like EU, they're slowly starting to come back up as well, and they're on their servers, so we might be able to see a couple of newer names start to pop up on this leaderboard. But the game's starting up now, and I know you're excited. I'm excited too. Let's get into the second to last game going into this tournament. Let's not forget it.
Now I'm trying to decide where they want to drop here, starting off with the winners, I think, from the last game.
Oh, we had crazy pulls today.
Amira and Alina. Yes, they won the last game.
I know they are.
I think their names are a little different on their Unite, but I'm pretty sure that's them. But going into them, just it's the slow part. It's just dropping and getting your early weapons and early utility or early shield and making sure that you're all situated, ready for this battle, Gompers.
Yeah.
Is that called the dog pound? Interesting.
Oh.
I think they're good right now. Yeah, just going to find the drop spot. The first initial drop spot for Amira and Alina is in fact going to be, is it near the dog hound or, yeah, near the dog hound. Just sitting within the farm. Yeah, on the top right-hand corner. So they're going to chill out for a little bit there. Nobody else is going to be seen within this general vicinity. So they're good for now to chill out, just see what else they can find at this point. Finding some pretty good stuff. Already a blue pump found within the mix.
Are you getting anything so far?
Yeah, lots of good loot here just to start themselves off. Looks like not really contested. Just going to be able to grab everything that they want. It's kind of rinse and repeat. The same kind of things the first
Kind of like same.
20 people. Once we get down to about 60 people left in the server, it's going to get a little bit more crazy in here. No one... Okay, there we go. She picks up the chug jug. Finally.
Sorry.
I thought she was going to run away from it too. I was a little worried
Yeah.
there.
Any abilities? But I'm not finished looting, so maybe get some.
Kids these days don't appreciate the chug jug like they should.
One that can
Right?
cross,
It's crazy.
It needs more appreciation, I feel like, which luckily it did get its appreciation, but Frantic and Canary, early on in the game to have a fight like this is pretty risky. If they lose it out, they lose out on that potential placement. They ranked so high before, and now they're struggling just a bit, but of course just up above, can they find the entrance? They try to break down the spot, but that gives away their location. They have to be very well aware, and just up above, they're trying to swallow that big pot, but it doesn't work regardless. I mean, at this point, they can back themselves off for Frantic and Canary to find, you know, a different way in, but that back off, not looking too solid.
Yeah, lots of shots landing. No eliminations really connecting just quite yet. Oh, but one does connect on her own. Frantic does go down, unfortunately. We'll have to wait to see if Canary can really clutch up this with 2 on herself, or if they're just going to run away from this. I feel like this was definitely an avoidable fight. Yeah, Canary's going to be running away. This is going to be a reboot card. Not much in inventory that she's really losing. So if they go back there, get her teammate back up, it won't be too bad. Vader and Nina.
So we love the game.
The OGs, the winners. They have been together playing as a duo for as long as I could remember. Vader has not been without Nina, and Nina has not been without Vader. This is a team that is a force to be reckoned with. They have been at the top spot. They've already won 2 top in NA, and now switching over to EU. I feel like they've been a little bit quieter. Let me see how they placed last game. Hold on.
I have 300 ammo, so I think that should be
I
fine.
have purple bolt.
I do too.
I will carry that.
They placed
interesting.
19th.
Yep,
Ooh.
that's fine. Double sniper.
19th.
Yeah,
Wow.
with 2 eliminations.
Now we should just go to the hill.
That's got to be honestly kind of difficult for this team. They have been having like the same consistent drop, which has been making it a lot, you know, a lot easier for them to kind of get in the groove of things. But I feel like once you go first twice, there has to be some sort of downtime for them to have to rethink their strategy. I think they've been going way too well, way too far. As of right now. So I think it's just challenging them to push themselves further, and this might be a good time, right? The zone actually in a good position too, so they're not having to migrate too far either.
Exactly. Not too much of a movement issue for them. They're going to be able to heal up, and actually that's a nice rift for them to be able to catch on to, moving their way into the zone and the swamp right below them. Very enticing, but it looks like they're going to be making their way as far across the map as they can.
I mean, just
Don't
give
want to
everyone
dead
else
zone
fucking perfect
rotate
zones.
just yet.
Make us go halfway across the fucking map every single game.
Real.
last game poll. too early.
They are not happy about their
So we
drops.
can just concentrate
No.
the entire game. Like, I would prefer that.
I mean, yeah, I understand that. Like, that is frustrating, and that may be like how frustrating it's been for them, especially in their last game. They had to rotate so far and use a lot of their resources to heal back up. And
Yeah.
maybe that's probably where they ended up 19th last game.
It's interesting too, because again, with the same drop spot and, you know, them talking about how they have to migrate so far, so often, it gets you thinking, why not make the switch then to find something else? But the loot's so good as to where they drop, and they've been doing so well, regardless of, you know, where they need to turn and where they need to go. So that just kind of might also show why they got so many elims to begin with, because they need the heals, they need the shields. You know, regardless, but yeah, making their way, migrating over to Yasmin and Daya.
Looks like they have the entire dog pound to themselves. I miss when this was the agency. I miss it. I like the agency. But it looks like this is kind of almost exactly the same. Able to scan through, grab some of their weapons that they want, all of the pots that they could have not really been contested on, it seems. It looks like no one else really decided to drop here. I mean, rotation's going to be a little tricky. You can see that there actually are some players on their screen across the way from them. So it's going to be it's going to be fun for them. This game is fun, Gompers. Are you having fun?
I'm having a great time. I love when stuff like this happens, you know, when the action starts, and it's so interesting to see the critical thinking of everyone else, right? Like the migrate over to the team to try to take them out, the constant usage to try to get themselves to rotate out of the way. But it seems like just leaving the teammate behind might be the best to do right now. It's so interesting too, because there's a reboot right there, but doesn't want to pick the fight.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to go back in just a little bit once it's cooled off. I mean, they are in the middle of the zone. Can just rotate their way on back. They also have a chug jug that they can use in the storm if they end up there as well. But they are rotating actually very, very far away, just trying to get away from possible danger. Oh, and I think this is also the version of Fortnite that does not have any cars. It just has the boats, which I love. We have not seen anyone use a boat yet, unfortunately. Makes me a little sad. But now just going to be camping out in this bush, waiting. And it does look like she did ping it. She is going to make her way back over to that reboot card. She does have like a little bit over 3 minutes. So she's not really in a rush to go grab that card. Just going to wait for that other team to rotate off of it.
Yeah, pigs.
Oh, then there's this one.
Coming through for both ends. Try to... Just trying to see what's going on here. I like the slight teamwork here, though. Amira trying to assist with, you know, directioning. Still in the middle of the zone, though, like you said previously. I think they're just pinging out possible locations. There was a ping for the reboot there. Yeah, so whatever happens next might just be depending on how they feel this particular game is going. 37 seconds left till the storm starts to slowly close itself in, and that's when a lot of people are going to start making way. So, you know, it's either make the decision now or have to figure out another one.
Yeah, we're very slowly getting lower in the player count right now. Only 67. Now, actually 68. Someone just got rebooted.
Yeah.
Okay. 37 squads left. That is some math. I won't be doing. I never was able to do that math, even doing other Fortnite events. I'm like, wait, okay. If there's that many solos, there's that many duos, then how many people are solos and how many people are duos? But it quite literally could be...
I do think you can get cards.
Gompers.
I think it's like 20... 24? Right, guys?
No, I don't know. Okay, so 68 people, 37 squads. Yeah.
34.
34 duos left?
Yeah.
You know what?
Actually, 39.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
I mean, 69.
No. Oh.
It just went up one.
Oh my god. I don't know if that
Don't-
reboot card is even possible.
Don't ever take lessons with us regarding math.
We're really bad at
obviously.
math, obviously. Chat, help us out.
But down to 66 now. So we're kind of, it's like the reboots come up and the elims go down. But of course, still Amira alive, looking to migrate themselves over to the outskirts. But the shots are getting fired. Somebody has found where Amira is.
Uh-oh.
And despite their best attempts and effort to keep themselves alive, it seems like that may not be on the agenda today. Still having just enough to get away. Maybe hide behind.
Ooh.
This is where the shield pot could come in handy. Could come into action.
Yeah, it's play so.
I don't think so. I think that she's just trying to make her way into the storm, gonna try and grab that reboot card as far away as it is, just to see if she can grab it, get her teammate back in the game. I mean, there is another game that she can play, but 20 seconds left on it. I don't think it's possible anymore.
Yeah.
Now down to 15, and she's at 46 health. Just gonna go and see if maybe she can get some healing items from this chest. She doesn't want to use that chug jug too quickly, but does find a grappler. That is nice. The storm is only ticking for 1. Yeah.
Oh no.
Now just playing as a solo. Unfortunate for her.
Or something.
Chug chug, come on.
This is so tense, please. I'm like watching with my mouth slightly ajar, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hurry it up, please. I can't take this. It's like that tense moment where you really don't know what's gonna happen. Can't even get a grip on the grapple hook, which now they finally do. Although moving forward just a fair bit, trying to see if they can kind of get out of the storm, which is going to be that main objective. They do have the grapple hook. I'm surprised they're not using it as much to try to give themselves a little bit more mobility.
Interesting, interesting. I mean, this is a very tricky situation that she's in, just trying to avoid players as well. That's near the storm edge, and it's already about to start moving here in just a second. Does find a nice med kit for herself. Could try and heal up, but even then, it's going to be very, very hard.
But, oh, I thought you, no, fine, it's fine.
Oh no, they're fighting. The girls are fighting.
It's a very, very tense moment right now.
It is. It obviously is.
Not even within the storm. And at this point, the storm is also going to start moving again. So, you know, if you don't have that many heals to really give yourself, it's not going to look too good. The bandage is now slowly diminishing itself, but actually just using the tactic of keeping themselves alive far enough
I thought you just wanted
to the point where they make a decent placement, I think is what they're aiming for. But honestly, I don't think that's going to work. 58 players left, and as we go slower into the games, this tactic starts to become worse.
And I think Fortnite did something to go against this. Like, you can't do heal offs in the storm anymore. Like, once you're in the storm for too long, you do get storm sickness. And it like starts hitting for like double or something. So it's going to be interesting to see if she's able to really keep on doing that. But I do not think that that is something that will work out for them in the end, unfortunately. Now moving over to Robin and Melanie. They can see a player at the edge. Oh, and now they're going to be taking that rift. Unfortunate. They were so close and now so far. Oh my gosh. That's a nice shot on 22. They're so low. Yeah, not much you can do there, but it looks like the storm circle's going to start moving here pretty quickly. Going to have to start moving for themselves as well. Oh, they're pretty close. Not going to have to move too far, actually.
Yeah, they're moving pretty fast, though. Oh my gosh, what a shot from that 116. Now the teammate might just be next. They know where the rift is, so at this point, being able to catch that flight, honestly, the shots coming through with the sniper is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a really difficult gun to use, especially with how bouncy these players are and how quickly they move. It doesn't really seem that it's so accurate that you can really rely on anything in elimination or any damage, but we've seen crazy shots so far. We saw some from Somerset a little bit earlier, but we can see one from here. These players are kind of exposing themselves on the edge of the telephone wire. Now it looks like they fell away once they heard that shot whizzing past them, honestly.
This might just be another crazy shot coming through. They're really good at being able to kind of predict where the shot is going to land, but you know, regardless of that, 55 players still left. I'm curious if they're still stuck in the storm, if they're still healing themselves off, or if they managed to migrate a little bit further than that. But
Production, can we get a check on that?
I'm actually, I'm really curious what's going on. Did they get down?
Did they get down? Or are they still healing themselves in the storm?
This is the moment of truth. We're just kind of waiting. But oh no, and the fights just get more and more difficult. Everybody's just racing around, but it's interesting because Melanie is not missing. Actually, I lied. They missed a shot, but they have not been missing shots thus far. It seems like Storm is going to make the battle just a bit difficult. And now they do see the rift, but I don't think they can use it in enough time.
No, that's a little bit too far for them. And that player, I think, just portaforted next to them. It's going to be a little bit of a dangerous rift to really move their way over there. I feel like they're using so much ammo, though, right now. It's a bit of a difficult area for them to really try and throw some shots, try and third-party some fights. But it looks like there is actually a supply crate out in the open over there. They could try and run for it. Could be other players also. So we could see some action in just a little bit.
Oh.
But we're actually not going to. Oh, my gosh, she's still alive.
Yeah. Okay, they stayed long enough in the storm to kind of allow some players to go down. They got the Porter Fort up. They have another one just in case too. So this is good. There's not much that I thought they could do in that moment, but you know, interesting selection of what they were going to do. I think at this point the plan worked out pretty well, just kind of keeping themselves alive. Amira knows that regardless, the placement is key.
Absolutely. You know, playing as a duo with all of these, or playing as a solo with all these duos around them, just have to stay extra vigilant. They could get split on very easily. Just trying to be knowledgeable about players who could drop on them above, or even just open up the door below them. Looks like someone was able to get that supply crate, so could be on her pretty soon if they know that she's here. Still. Oh, she has 6 ping.
So there's a rift here.
You see that? Right? 6 ping to an EU server. She must be in the EU.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking now too. They had a total of, you know, within NA, the NA servers, 8 eliminations, placing 3rd, I think, for Alina. And actually, I think we did talk about that before too. But for these 2 players in particular, just going for the same thing. They know they're down to that 3rd place.
Yeah, you might have.
I think right now that's why the tensions are starting to build higher and higher, right? Like you hear the tensity within the chat. So at this point, you know, what could go well is the plan that they're trying to think of, and they're planning before they do it. And I think that's such a solid thing to do, because now you're figuring everything out, and you have that backup plan, and you're not just going in blind.
Yeah, and while your duo is gone, you do have them have the advantage on like being able to observe you playing as well. So they could probably call out things that maybe like you wouldn't see, or be like, oh, you should go do this and that. Like a little bit more of a helpful person, I guess, like also steering the wheel here, trying to get them into victory. But now the grapple hook coming out, trying to rotate into the storm or into the zone, if I say. Looks like not many people too close to them. Just trying to stay alive, trying to stay away from all that fire, that gunfire that's near them, because they are like 2 shotgun bursts away from being out of this game right now, and that's one that's going to crack their shield. But this movement that they have right now is going to be so easily able to pick up all that loot right before another player does get cracked down to 93. It's just going to try and portafort themselves into a little bit of a holding spot. Not much they can do now except just wait for someone to jump on them. Portafort above them as well. You can see the 2 footsteps. This is a very dangerous spot, but she is trained at this angle. She's ready for them to start jumping into her.
Oh my. This is the moment. Only 3 weapons. Not even one of them being a weapon. It's a grapple hook with 3 usages left. So
Yeah.
you know, there's not any shields at this point. Amira has used every single piece of heal and shield that they could utilize within the storm. But I think keeping quiet and just waiting around has kept them up, right? I remember last time there were 58 players left, and now there's 28 when Amira was just stuck within storm. So the strategy, it has worked out so far. Everything looking good.
Absolutely. Oh, you can hear the shots raining out. They see her. She's going to get cracked down, but just going to set her sights on some other places she could be a little bit in a nicer area. Is going to pick up some ammo, some loot, but no healing items for her. Is going to find a corner where she's about to get cornered. Oh, so close. The rift does go down to a pump shotgun. Places 15th, but honestly, that's better than where it was when it looked like she was going to be going down to the storm.
Back to Daya and Yasmin, who are still alive at this moment, just dropping the Port-a-Fort. As we've seen, it has been just the trend. I mean, recently, kind of giving themselves some ground. You can't build in this game, so this is pretty much the closest that you can get to giving yourself some coverage, but so many footsteps wandering up above, right in front. They have to try to pick off these players and see what they can do. Behind, everything is around them, and there is no escape. Amira, actually, sorry, not Amira, Lucca does end up getting down and going to that 13th place, so we aren't going to see them any longer. But of course, the possible winners, going to Daya and Yasmin. How are they going to keep this up?
Yeah, only one elimination to their name. Hasn't been too active, just been really good at keeping themselves safe in the storm, it seems. No storm surge quite yet. It seems like everyone's been able to do some damage, or the players have been going down a lot faster than it was that first game where we saw the storm surge warning. Ooh, a little bit of visibility able to be used with this ground right below them. 2 players and duos utilizing this, and oh, does get found out. Double crack down to 98 health, has to grapple away from this. 20 players left, and everyone is in their sights, just trying to hide, trying to get these heals up. Does have 2 pots, but is that going to be enough for her? Moxie and Reg still in this as well, grabbing another knockdown, and that's 3 eliminations for them as well. They are moving. They are schmoving.
Oh my gosh, that kind of worried me too, because Moxie couldn't seem to get the grab on to this Port-a-Fort. But both players still alive. Moxie and Regs. Actually, never mind. I jinxed it. 6th place standing. But only a couple left alive. Yasmin and Daya going strong and having the high ground. So that's going to definitely be a lot of help. Right now, the down goes through. They're not going to want to get that drop just yet. Instead, actually just waiting for the players to try to collect the loot that they've gathered themselves. But they could ambush this very well. I mean, the high ground's still left up to Yasmin and Daya, making their way in, trying to find maybe the last solidifying source here, but the shots go down and the 80 is there. Ooh. Yasmin and Daya might just be the victors here if they can keep this going. But the slight rotation over to the next Port-a-Fort. And of course, the zone now closing in. There's only 5 players left here.
They got to keep going. These grapple hooks have been quite literally so important. Shots running down. They're like, where are they? Where are these players? They're so slippery, just moving through all these Port-a-Forts. There's so many down. They even have still 1 to their name. Just going to take this moment and a pause to heal up all the way to 100. Still 94 shield, but honestly, that's all that they need right now. There's only 3 players left. I think 1 of them downed. Maybe there's a solo player still left in the field as well. Oh, okay. Yeah. They're running around. Able to jump onto this player. Nice elimination. Now just 1 other duo or 2 other solos left to play against. And they have quite literally the absolute high ground right now.
Oh, what a great tactic, too. Trying to come up from behind to see if they could capture somebody else. But up above, Yasmin and Daya, the victors of this game in particular. They managed to run away with something special.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really good gameplay. Really good tactic for them. Able to use the grappling hooks. It looked like it was going to be a little dire for them in a second, but worked out in the end for them. That was a nice gameplay from them, and lots of really good eliminations for them at the end. And I feel like that really is where a lot of these teams get their eliminations. It's always at the end, and maybe that's what you need. You need to get that victory royale. You need to be the one that's taking the initiative. Like, all right, let's jump on over. Let's get these players out of the game. We want this game to end. We want to be the victors right now.
Yeah. And I mean, so far so good. I think they definitely brought themselves up to another level. Yasmin and Daya, they seemed like they were doing really good. I was expecting them to be able to run away with that as well. So I don't know, for now especially, I mean, all they really need to do is keep this going. There's only one game left too. So now is where it really starts to get heavy in terms of the intensity. You know, we got to see some heated arguments start to actually arise, and heated moments from every team. So at some point, you know, now you start to also get a little bit of that disconnect between two players who were supposed to be those really solidified teammates. I think now is the time to just take that breather, come back in with a new mindset, and, you know, keep everyone in the game.
Yeah, we do have one more game left. It could be up to just the players that are in the top 10 to see if they can shake things up, get the wins. But we are going to be right back with that game number 6. So do not go anywhere. It's only just now starting and also ending at the same time. But also come back soon.
I play for me. I play for fun. I play for real. I play for friends and Friday nights. We play for all. This is a new age of play. Play your way.
Welcome back to the Supergirl Gamer Pro Fortnite Championships. My name is Apples, joined here with Gompers and Gompers. We are coming up on the 6th game, the last game here. Take a look at the leaderboard to see how everyone is faring so far. And at the top, whoa,
Wow.
You have Daya and Yasmin. Just so you know, this is also just the EU scoreboard. Everything will be combined at the end once we have all the scores from the NA and the EU games together. But so far, 24 eliminations in 2 games. And also, Nina and Vader, 29? What's going on?
Is that not combined? Oh, but yeah.
This is combined.
No,
This is combined. I'm wrong.
I think this is no. I was confused too. I was like, how did they get 29 elims in one game? This is crazy.
Yeah.
No, but they 4th place. That's gotta hurt, definitely, coming from first especially. But Yasmin and Daya, they kind of did bring it back pretty heavily, which I'm not too surprised about. I mean, 24 elims already, that first one coming down on the board. We got to see exactly how they like to play, and they were calculated. They played together, and they kind of played like the hand-holding type of situation where, you know, there wasn't really a chance or an opportunity for them to be playing in that 1v1 or that 2v1. It was always that 2v2, 2v1, right? So they were great when it came to handling situations like that, picking off players, playing in the high ground, rotating, getting those portal forts down in the right locations, and keeping themselves on the outskirts of the zone.
Absolutely. And I feel like even in this top 4, there is so much space for anyone to take number 1. For 249, I mean, Nina and Vader with 215, that is like, if they go down 4th place with a lot of eliminations, they could still make their way up to the top. There is only 1 game left. Everything is on the line here. And it looks like Somerset and Kelsey also made their way up to the top 8 as well in this last game. 10 eliminations total, but no wins yet for them so far, which I think we were expected to really be on top just because of her name and her previous ability. That we've seen so far in the Fortnite community. But sometimes everyone has off days. Sometimes Daya and Yasmin are just completely running it down and going crazy, which is what we've seen from them and from Nina and Vader. Ali and Huncho have been absolutely crazy. Moxie and Regs have been crazy. Like, there have been some really, really great players here tonight. And I'm proud of everyone and how they've been.
I agree. And again, like, sometimes the pressure is exactly what a lot of players need. I feel like now that we're running about, hey guys, this is the last game, you know, this is starting to get real important and really stressful. So a lot of people thrive off that. I know I do. When, you know, like, if it's a project last second, like, I always do things to the last second, but I feel like I always do my best work at the last second because I'm so used to that. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. But for these players, it might be a blessing down in this last game in particular. So we're gonna have to see who comes out on top. Is it going to be Daya and Yasmin again? I'm not so sure, but they play and are playing so well so far.
Yeah, I don't leave my work to the last second. I always do it first.
I wish I was like that, because then I wouldn't be suffering throughout the week. And then, you know, when the day finally comes, I'm like, wow, Darlene, I really wish I don't know why I just doxed myself like that. Guys, that's not my name. My name is Gompers. Wow, Gomp.
Wow, Gomp.
Why did you do this to yourself?
You feel so much better if you can relax after you do your work. Maybe it's because my frontal lobe has developed. Maybe that's just...
I think that is why, because my frontal lobe is not there. I genuinely think it's not
yet. I think you when you turn 24 is when your frontal lobe starts developing, when you're a woman.
That's really scary. So am I not a woman right now? Am I a little girl?
No, you're a woman, but your frontal lobe's just not there yet.
No! I don't want it to grow. I don't want it. I heard you can feel it, like, when it fully develops.
I felt it when I turned 24. I didn't feel it, but I actually started thinking not like a crazy person. Sue me. That was crazy. I know.
Man.
Growing up is fun.
I wonder what that feels like, not thinking like a crazy person.
It was really freeing. Like, I would be, like, talking to guys, like, in relationships, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, sure. Like, previously, I'd be, like, freaking out, you know? Anyways, I'm completely off a tangent.
When is my frontal lobe gonna develop? I need that.
When you turn 24.
Time can go by any faster.
Anyways, the game is ready. We're gonna stop talking about frontal lobes and go take a look at our last game of the night here. Yaz and Daya. They're getting ready. They're celebrating. It's the last game. They want to keep their top spot. They do not want to be dethroned by anyone here in this lobby. So they're going to make sure that they have everything they can to make it work. And only 78 players here. Maybe had a little bit of a drop off coming in. I mean, when you are kind of lower on the leaderboard, what most can you do once you come into this last game other than just like have fun, see what you can do?
And right there goes Yasmin and Dyer with the first drop spot going to the dog pound. So now we know the story of each and every single player. We know exactly where they like to drop, what they like to do, what the tactics they're really assuming are. And especially now for Yasmin and Daya, running off that first place run, that victory royale has to feel so good. I mean, at this point, I would be on cloud 9 understanding that I'm first place in the last game. I just need to keep it. And that's got to be really, really easy. Just keeping yourself, you know, quiet, making sure you're not picking off too many obnoxious fights, but then picking off fights at the right moment with players that you know you can dominate. So that really is the name of the game here for Yasmin and Daya.
Exactly. This is a cool area of the map. I've never seen it as the dog pound.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it as like the agency or like, ooh, a disguise. I think this is how she's able to open up a bunch of chests in here, disguising as Fortnite people.
I love that. At these
nice
Fortnite
sniper. Fortnite people, Fortnite characters. I don't know. Beep boop. I had a chicken sandwich today. I'm really hungry right now. I'm thinking about the chicken sandwich that I had. It was really yummy.
Oh, dude. I'm hungry. Oh, what I would do for a chicken sandwich right now.
Real, actually.
Man. Everybody else, I'm pretty sure they're excited too. I know that we heard Somerset got, what, a DoorDash order.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else getting ready for dinner time as well if they haven't eaten it just yet. So may this be the last game, but also the best game ever because we know what's coming after.
Food. Have you eaten anything good recently?
Monster Munch.
That's true. You did have Monster Munch earlier.
That was pretty good. If you guys don't know, that's actually an EU snack, a UK snack. So it was very yummy. The bag makes it look very small. And then when you open it, the chips are humongous. So
wow, this is a lot of loot that they have for themselves. Like, actually.
I'm surprised that Dog Pound carries that much loot. But actually, no, I'm not that surprised. I believe this was what in the original, the OG map of Fortnite, this was like the lakes or what was it called again? You know what I'm talking about?
Kinda. Hold on.
The lakeside house or whatever it's called. Or like in the OG Fortnite, it was just the lake in the middle of this area and, you know.
No.
No, okay. Or was this Tilted Towers originally? You know
well,
what?
I think Tilted Towers was like next to it.
Yeah.
It was Dusty Divot apparently. Loot Lake was above Tilted Towers.
Oh, that's what it was. Loot Lake.
Hold on, I'm researching for you.
I just remember there being like a pretty good generalized amount of loot in the center of the map.
We're actually ready. We're ready for what the fuck? That's
Loot Lake was there, but not like there. It was like
yeah,
more.
like a little like the placement is odd.
Where's this fucking chest at? Am I stupid?
I miss Loot Lake.
What if I break this hut? Is this a good idea? Someone can sit behind it. Yeah.
I miss
I don't know.
I miss season. I like chapter 3. That was like it had all the sand everywhere that you could travel in. Do you remember that? You could like travel and like there was a man cake that was pancake guy. The Mandalorian too. There's no way you're laughing at me when we definitely did events with that.
The mancake and the pancake guy in the sand with the Mandalorian is the wildest sentence I have ever heard in my life. I think I know what you're talking about, though, where they're like little homes in the sand. Like, it was its own area.
Yeah, it was like the sand area.
Was it like near the shores? Like, it was near the water, right? And
no,
it was
like all over.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to look at this map that you're talking about.
I'm
so
looking
curious
for
now.
it. I'm looking for it. Hold on.
This is so interesting. While she's looking for that, guys, I want to keep you guys aware that Moxie placed... Actually, if I would just take a look at this right now. Moxie placed third, is currently third. So they're pretty good right now in terms of their placement as well, which they've been doing really good. I believe the amount of eliminations they got was, what, 22?
Ooh.
So that's kind of crazy. $66 players already alive, too, which is very, very large number.
The Fortnite map changes too much.
I know, right?
Like
I feel like I'm gone for a month and the map has already had like 3 season updates. And I'm like, what is going on?
Real. He's like
Like with that M&M minigun.
Bro, you need to let that go.
I know.
Oh, there was like a map that was like all snowy. Maybe they'll change that to that.
I think I remember that.
It was like when things were like exploding. Anyways, back to the game at hand. 62 players left. Lilo and I cannot say that name, but Lilo and La. I don't know if we've seen them too often here on our leaderboard so far. Let me find them.
They should be, I mean, good to go right now. It seems like they're looking for the drop here to maybe get an elim.
Oh wait, no, this team is able to place 4th and 5th so far. They're number 2. I'm pretty sure. Number 2 in EU, not number 2 overall.
Oh, that's kind of crazy, but
yeah.
Either way, chance. Elim's, I would say, is pretty important right now too.
Yeah,
for everyone.
They're literally looking directly at another team over around this rock.
Oh no. They do have like the upper hand though if they do want to push themselves up to that. I don't think they're going to do it just yet though. Oh my goodness. And this is going to suck. I mean, at this point, yep, finally finding out where these players are, but the sniper shots are not hitting. Actually, I believe it's an AR. Yeah.
Little bit of some damage onto them, but not too much. I mean, there's not many players around them. They don't have to get too active. And if someone's running away, honestly, let them run. Let them run. They have the high ground. They have a port-a-fort to their name. Not much that they really have to worry about right now. Just able to really just loot around. Still 60 players left in the game, in the server. 31 teams. Okay, let me do some math. There's 1 solo player. Not anymore. Mm-hmm. Now down to 59. I did the math really quickly. Are you proud?
I'm actually very proud of you, yes.
Oh, they're going to explode the gas station. That's going to be a lot of damage onto another player that you see over there. Let's see if they can maybe force them out of that location or maybe get an elimination.
No elimination just yet. There's a lot of force going on to that as well. I'm curious if they managed to get themselves out of the way before everything had happened, but now the footsteps being heard just in front, they know that somebody might be there. I mean, they're looking to preoccupy themselves, so they're not going to find too much. You're already wrapping around the building to find something else. The port of Fort making its way, and they can jump above, and the high ground is theirs, but for how long? I mean, at this point, doesn't seem like it matters anyways. Nobody else is really trying to peek out on Banamenya and Lilo, so...
Oh, yeah, they run away.
That's good.
Gonna knock down Nuggets. It's a funny name. See some shots raining out. I think the other player is still here. I think they're over in the bush right there. You can kind of see their head popping out. I like this off angle that Lilo is holding on to. Could see if they try to escape. Gonna throw some shots of her own in there. Nothing really connecting yet, but you do hear a sniper shot whizzing past their head. So just running back into safety with her teammate, waiting it out. Oh, and they're right on the edge of the storm. Not too much of a place that they have to be moving too far in, but they want to finish out this fight, I would think, before they start moving their way over. Or at least know if the coast is clear. You can see a rift down at the water below them that they could definitely utilize if they can move around.
Yeah, zone slowly closing in. I feel like there's more players now eliminated, though, in the early games than we've seen before. And the fights are erupting a lot faster. So, you know, that mainstay of the game is just looking for those elims. Right now, Banaminya and Lilo are not having too much to worry about. I mean, they did try to pick that fight with the opposite team, and they're just trying to see if they can, continue that stride, maybe get some of the loot here. Not much to worry about.
Still expecting them to be in these bushes here. Throwing a couple shots their way. Ooh, yes, does land one. This player's so close to a rift, though. If they just run, they could go and escape from this player. But Lilo is not going to let them get away without a fight, honestly. I think that they're like, all right, I'm just going to wait here till they get bored, grab that reboot card, and just be on my merry way. But I think she's also camping the reboot card as well, not letting her get anything.
Shots being fired. Relocating themselves. Actually, not just yet, but shields dropped for their teammate here, Banamenya, so that they can try to get a little bit more to it. But here it comes, right? 1 minute, the storm slowly closing itself in, and now they have to make some way to try to figure out what they're doing, but that's so risky. Just to reach out for the loot alone, knowing they have full shield, and now the Port-a-Fort deceive them. Banamenya is just stuck underneath. And they do manage to leave just in time to avoid that elimination from coming through, but they're going to chase them down to see if they can find, whatever it is they want to find. I'm wondering who the opponents are, though, in this battle.
Oh, they have to go past them to be able to even get into the zone. Yeah. So this fight's going to be forced either way. Just setting their eyes on this rift here. Zooming into it, able to make it through, and that is a fight narrowly missed. They just got beamed. They got beamed once they moved. Just to go grab some of those shockwave grenades.
Yeah.
They're running.
Let's take a look at Nina and Bader. One of the top spots. I think 4th on the leaderboard so far, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to get back to that first place spot that they were during the NA games, but I feel like the eliminations just aren't connecting for them. Maybe they're just having a little bit of a harder time staying alive, especially on EU servers. You can see their ping is so high. 115 just for Nina.
I have bigs. I'm going to go back and get sniped.
Just affect your movement just a little bit. It didn't seem like it really affected Somerset, but could affect different people a little bit differently. But that was some high ground and a Port-a-Fort. Not much they have to do so far, as the storm is quite literally coming to them, and 52 players left. I don't think they're going to get contested pretty soon.
I don't know where these people in the house are. They're Impulse?
Yeah, no, not at this moment. Vader and Nina,
I was frantic getting away from them.
you know, not too solid of a run last time. They were complaining before that the zone moved further away from the location of which they enjoyed dropping at. I wanted to see the map for a second to see where exactly we are and how far, you know, the zone has started circling in, and, you know, whether or not the migration was that much for them this time around, which I assume it wasn't. It seems like they're, again, the loot has always been insane for this team, so I mean, so far looking good. But back over to Vanessa and Millie to see that they're actually executing on another team. They do have one elimination down on the board for them. They're using whatever they can to try to get above, but without that grapple hook, it's going to be so dangerous. Maybe not. It's actually France that goes down.
It's a nice elimination for Vanessa. That's the second one on their total, and they're not slowing down. Ooh, does get beamed from the sky. That overshield almost completely cracked. Tried to throw a little bit more damage their way just to see if they could get any of these walls down for the Portafort, just so they can have a little bit more visibility onto where this player could be hiding in here. Ooh, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I mean, does have their shield back, a little bit less of health, but really not much that they have to worry about right now. Is on a bit of lower ground. That you would probably want to rectify once you get a little bit farther into the game. Gonna actually just move their way back up the mountain, trying to get this loot that they were able to get dropped from that elimination. I like this game plan from them, though. Gonna at least get one. Gonna let them see if they can get that reboot card, but I think it's a little bit difficult for them to be able to really reboot here. And apparently they're fighting Vader and Nina. Ooh. You probably already said that, Gombers. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I don't think I did say that. I mean, I could also have forgotten. My memory is not too great.
But yeah, giving the respect to Vader and Nina to be able to get that reboot card is pretty nice, I would say.
26.
It is impressive. No, it is incredibly impressive. I think here, too, back over to them. They have so many big pots. So, like, right now, they're good. Like, if anything, they're so good. If anyone comes up on them and tries to get that elimination, they are solidified for life. It really is the game of, can you take out Nina and Vader? And if you can, then you might just end up being the next winners. But depending on how everybody handles the situation in 28 seconds is going to be the way, especially now as the migration is going to start turning back over. But the shots are fired, and the pings are there. Somebody does have high ground, though, just up above in that very, very large Portafort up there.
If I get headshot while jumping, I'm going to freak out.
Yeah, stop jumping, bro.
Yeah, same. I'm going to freak out, too. I mean, now just 5 seconds so that storm circle starts moving in. People are going to start dropping on them. Portaforts are going to start moving and migrating into this area. And now they have the high ground right now, but I don't know how soon or how quickly that is going to change for them. Oh, you know what I just got a craving for? A biscuit.
What?
Like a biscuit. Just like a Popeyes or like a Bojangles biscuit.
Oh, why do you have to make me so hungry? Oh my gosh.
So good. Oh my, with like butter.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm gonna like ask my dad to go get one tomorrow. You should get Popeyes.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. I ate some of their wings yesterday and they were really good. So
I only get like chicken tenders from chicken restaurants. I cannot do meat on the bone.
Really?
Like I cannot do meat on the bone.
I feel like it's juicier and more flavor when it's on the bone.
I mean,
okay.
we need them to die.
I recommend.
I don't want to. No, I'm good. I've tried it before. I just don't like eating things off of a bone.
That makes sense.
I'm not the biggest fan of that.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh goodness. Now they're going in. Trying to see what they can find there. Okay, 43. Kind of leveled out at that point, but looking to raise themselves up in the health category. Girly Bella and Lucka looking for luck. I think it's gonna be too hard to find that though. 33 seconds until the next storm starts to arrive, and now we're starting to get into that threshold of, okay, the battles, they're gonna start very, very soon, and everyone's just getting prepared mentally, physically, right? So now is just the time to chill and relax, and knowing what they have in front of them. Maybe even try to eliminate some players in between, who knows? But they know what's ahead of them. They need to save up as much as they have.
Yeah, they're going to start pretty soon. And once they do, I feel like it's going to go so fast, like a blink of an eye. Everyone's going to have all their adrenaline pumping and ready for this game to end, to be able to be calling themselves the victors of game number 6. And Girly Bella and Lucca, they're trying their best right now, throwing a lot of shots over, but the double peek from their teammates or from their opponents is going to make them cower down just a little bit more, waiting for them to get aggressive just a bit more. I mean, they could always grapple hook over to their spot if they get grappled over on. Just waiting. I mean, not much you have to really do. It looks like the storm circle's really not moving that far at all. They are able to just sit here for a little bit. 30 seconds, and then they double porta for it. Get a little bit more high ground. I like that. I like that idea. It does expose them to people coming up below them, though, but looks like they're going to be able to destroy those. No one can come up.
Look, these guys have angles on you here.
Yeah, big chance.
We can go on top of them, but like everybody's sniping it. I don't think it's good.
Okay, I'm listening to the comms to see, you know, what the plan might just be for this team, but it seems like switching over to Hannify and check attack.
Ooh.
There goes one, but they're so low, and there's no heals to use right now. The only thing being the minis to find, but Hannah's not leaving.
No.
And that's gotta hurt. You know, that last game again, at least trying to find, you know, a decent placement into this entire tournament. But Vanessa and Millie, they're fine. They're alive. They're well. They're currently just trying to knock off some of that health to get them to use the pots they have in the moment in their inventory. But the shots come through. Really just looking for something else. They have two in pretty good areas to look down on everybody else. But there's a slight divide between the water and the land here as we slowly start to collide.
Ooh, I love a water end game. Especially since everyone relies so heavily on their grappling hooks once we get to the end. Just trying to keep themselves moving. An immovable object is not easy. I can hear your monster munch.
Oh no, that was my I undid my cast because I was just so tired of it. It hurt so bad. My monster munch is so funny. Imagine I was just munching right now.
I thought it was your monster munch. It sounded cringy.
That's pretty funny. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not monster munching right now. It's okay.
She's munching.
Oh my god.
Are you allowed to take your cast off?
No, I just loosened it because it hurts really bad sometimes.
Owie.
But
yeah.
It's okay.
I'm listening to the voice comms here.
They're very quick with what they're saying, which I like. It's like a staccato to every single word they say, which is nice. Stormite is shrinking though, so now comes the time. Actually, in 30 seconds, my apology, it is going to start shrinking. Now comes the time for the game plan, because this is where now we start to get in heavy territory. We were preparing for this mentally. We were preparing for this to see, you know, how exactly this is going to work. Keeping the big pots, keeping the minis, keeping everything within our pockets to see how exactly this was going to fare out. But it seems like now, especially the ambush coming through from Nina and Vader, they know they need so much to just keep themselves in first.
They are going absolutely crazy. Now, 4 eliminations, that was just like...
That was all you.
It was good.
Full
Yeah, all you, it seemed.
Aw.
Aw. Yeah, good team communications, good friendship here. I mean, they are so conjoined when they play together. They play together as a team so well. And I believe it. I mean, 10 players left. They're still going to get 10th place here at least, but a nice elimination. Let's say 15 players left? 10 teams left. Oh my gosh. 5 players just got down so quickly. The storm is starting to get very small. Everyone's about to get on top of each other, and the 2 players that I'm going to see that's going to be taking the most initiative to eliminating a lot of these is definitely Vader and Nina are on that list.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, I do. Do you want me to play some?
I think they might be good too. They're very, very full. on the health they have. They were talking about having another portafort to make sure, you know, despite where the zone goes, they have that sort of coverage. So at the moment, when you're looking at what exactly they have, they're very, very good. They're solidified. They know somebody's coming up behind, so they're going to be able to pick off that fight quite possibly with everything they have in their arsenal right now. But they're waiting by. They're taking the smart approach. They're not wanting to execute too soon.
Swapping the med kit over, just gonna med their way on over to the storm circle. This is pretty smart. It is ticking for about 5, it looks like, so they're gonna be able to heal up very, very quickly. But Moxie and Regs also still staying in this end game. 3 health to her name. Still gonna be able to stay in there. Does get down. It's all down to Regs to see if they're gonna be able to make it to the end. But Kelsey is actually gonna be the one that's gonna eliminate them. That means Somerset's still in the game right now.
Yeah, Regs. I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to even capture this reboot. It doesn't even matter regardless of the reboot card. At this point, they really just have to keep themselves alive. And that being said, the door is open for anybody to come in, but Regs is taking a pretty good approach to this. 2 eliminations to their name, 3 eliminations overall. For whatever's happening here.
Doesn't look like many people are really getting aggressive right on this area just yet. Literally, there are 9 players left. Where is all the action? Where are all the gunfights? Oh, that's a nice revive. That's a great one. Millie almost about to get up. They have to move into the storm, and I think that's Millie down. Vanessa's going to have to play on her own. Is going to be able to maybe get a little bit of damage onto this player, force them into the storm, but she's at 61 health herself. Does place 5th. So many people there is real. Oh, Reg's trying to hide herself in the tree. Does get placed 4th, so there are still 4 teams left in this right now.
And Vader and Nina are one of them. Currently at this moment, victory royale for this team to give themselves not only another victory in another server, but their 3rd victory overall for these players. Congratulations on the victory royale and the eliminations. I'm really excited to see on the leaderboard just how many eliminations, you know, how many wins they managed to receive. You guys are going to see just how cracked this team is.
Yeah, before we go in there, we have to talk a little bit about all the other players, all the analysis that we saw from the team, but I feel like we didn't really see too many grapple hooks happening this game. The end storm being like halfway like through like a big building and then also on water. It's a little bit harder to really utilize this, but some early game eliminations for some of these teams may have pushed them over the edge of something. But Nina and Vader are just so good here. They're so conjoined. I keep saying the word conjoined, but that's exactly what they are. They are doing everything together, getting these eliminations together.
No, and I mean, conjoined could be the best case scenario for it. Nina and Vader never leaving each other's side, always playing that hand-holding game, which at the end of the day, you know, what's stronger, that 1v2 or that 2v1, right? So at the end of the day, I think they handled themselves well. They knew that they were better with the aim. They knew that they could do, you know, cause a lot of havoc with the game they were playing as well. And they didn't start off with that many elims. They kept to their drop spot. They knew that changing it up would have given them to a very foreign location where they didn't know the repetitions. And I think that's what kept them in the game for so long.
Absolutely. So we are going to a quick break just so we can calculate all the winners and everyone in the top 8 who is going to be in the money. And we will be right back in just a little bit. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Supergirl Gamer Pro Series Fortnite Championship. And we are all done with 6 of the games, and we have a winner for you. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Oh, no, the champion, actually. Let's not look at the leaderboard yet. It's Daya and Yasmin winning the game. Got the 27 eliminations and 1 win. Ending the score with 292. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations. Yay.
Yay. This is pretty fun and exciting though for Daya and Yasmin to take away from this because again, well deserved. This team deserves it. They played so well.
Absolutely.
They did a really proper job, if anything.
Yeah, they did great. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's see how everyone else stacked up in this top 8. Of course, we have Daya and Yasmin at the top, 27 eliminations, 1 victory royale with an ending score of 292. But right behind them, Nina and Vader with 292 points off is crazy with 39 eliminations in the end. I mean, they tried to get their way back up there. It seemed like their last 2 games, they had a bit of a crazy one, considering that I think the last time we saw them, they had 25 eliminations, but now just making it 39. And next we have Huncho and Ali right below them at 270 points, 1 victory out in 11 eliminations. And then Moxie and Rags right below them with 25 eliminations, 1 win, 270. Wow, that's crazy that they had the same amount of points in the end or score in the end with the same wins. And it must have, that's like some magic math there, honestly. I can't.
It is crazy to me how the reason why this even happened was because Nina and Vader hit, what, 19th?
Yeah.
Once. And they have 3 wins and 39 elims.
Yeah, Go ahead, sorry.
I know, you're good. That just goes to show placement really does matter here.
Absolutely. When 1 elimination is only 1 point, and placement points, you literally get 65 points for victory royale. It just was not enough to push them over the edge if they drop down so low 1 game. And then Millie and Vanessa in 5th place with 22 eliminations, 224 points in the end. Kelsey and Somerset right below them at number 6. They were starting off a little bit slow. I think they were able to make their way up on the leaderboard. Thankfully, still in the money. But that's a name that we really didn't see until like the last 2 games here. As well as Nello and Robin, 29 eliminations with 186 score in the end. Bella and Imperia with 13 eliminations, 171. Actually tying with Girly Bella and Laka. Unfortunate there, 171. And Girly Bella with 41 eliminations, the most in the top 10. Just not close enough to get into the money. It does come down to that placement score.
Yeah, the placement too. Not too surprised, honestly, with the Daya and Yasmin. It's interesting, though, to see, the small decline of what was, I think it was Frantics or Frans.
Yeah.
That one was kind of crazy because they were up top 3 for quite some time and then just to slowly start to, decline, which really didn't fare out too well for them, I will say. But Somerset finally making that 6th place. They put themselves up to the top. Vanessa, Reg and Moxie, which has been fighting so hard down in those last 3 games, I will say. So congratulations to everybody on this board, especially a big congratulations to that last victory all coming through from Nina and Vader, and then that 1st place from Daya and Yasmin.
Yeah, thankfully we were able to see a couple of teams that we didn't really see at the beginning kind of coming up at the top, but thankfully Daya and Yasmin able to really win it out in the end. Congratulations to them. Only 1 victory royale and they made it to the top. I mean, just staying consistent between all of your gameplay and then finally winning in the end, that got you that score, that got you that winning score, that winning prize at $1,075. It's going straight into your pocket. And I wonder what they're going to buy with it. I will definitely be asking them.
I know, yeah, no, I'm super interested in what exactly are they going to put towards that. If it's going to be, towards the dinner they're going to eat tonight, which could possibly be that, because me too, honestly. Like, that's really got to feel good for that up and coming victory that they had just received. Not to mention knowing at the end of the day they're moving along with money in their pockets, and I'm sure they might have been worried about whether or not they would even receive that first place, because it was not their victory royale. In fact, it was 3-time winners to take that one through. So it's got to be a nice surprise to have a 2-point lead on a team that has been dominating at the forefront.
That is a big surprise, honestly. Like Vader and Nina, I thought that they were going to have it. I thought they had it in the bag, especially with 39 eliminations on their side. But just that one game that they had, just very unfortunate, was going to be their demise, their downfall, which sucks. But honestly, they can really go home and still feel like they did a lot today. They're still in the money. They still have that prize. It's just not the #1 spot, that's all right. That's okay. We could always get more, right?
I agree. I think you can, and there definitely is going to be more tournaments which other players have definitely won as well. But I think we see a very, very dominant team standing on both sides on that first and second place teams that'll probably stick together for a while in getting that victory royale and maybe other tournaments and stuff like that. So it is quite interesting to see, the dynamic between these players, the intensity that actually happened between the comms as well for other players, and how that fared out for their game and where they ended up on the scoreboard. So it just definitely does go to show, you got to pick a teammate that's going to hype you up. You got to pick, the synergy has to really mesh well, and you have to have that game plan set beforehand so that you don't end up, having one teammate down, because it was always 2 players left standing on the side of, I believe it was on that second place winners there. Why is the name is blanking on me right now?
Nina and Vader?
Nina and, yeah, for some reason that didn't really work out for me. But Nina and Vander were the ones to constantly have 2 players alive, constantly never have, that situation where they were going down to that 1v5. So I think that's why it fared out well for them with those 3 victory royales there.
Absolutely. Well, we're waiting a little bit to see what we're going to be doing next. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Supergirl Gamer Pro. So since 2007, the Supergirl Pro Series has been the only large-scale, all-female action sports competition and lifestyle series in the world. It was developed as a celebration of female strength, independence, and empowerment, and the platform has grown into a series of inspirational festivals centered around providing social, athletic, cultural, education, business, and entertainment opportunities for young women in male-dominated industries where they are typically underrepresented. The series includes the only female-driven esports series in the U.S., Supergirl Gamer Pro, which you're watching right now, the largest women's surf contest in the world, Supergirl Surf Pro, which is actually happening right now if you go look at their Twitch, a major all-women's skateboarding event, Supergirl Skate Pro, which is pretty sick. I want to see some of that. And the world's only all-female snowboarding competition, Supergirl Snow Pro. So Gompers.
Oh yeah.
Go Pro.
I can't wait to break my wrist again.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So those are all the anchors for festivals that also include live concerts, female DJs, fitness, yoga, dance, fashion, beauty, art, speakers, panels, discussions, classes, and more. So Supergirl Gamer Pro is honestly a really amazing organization if you can get involved with it. If you are a woman that you want to get into sports, if you want to get into esports, definitely join it. You can join the Discord as well. I think everything is linked down below. And also, I think there are also more esports things that are happening. So let me tell you a little bit about the upcoming game schedule. So right now you're watching Fortnite. Next coming up is Rocket League in December. There's qualifiers and finals at the beginning of December 7th to the 8th. Then we have Hearthstone in January from the 12th to the 11th to the 8th. And then we also have League of Legends in February. So there's always an event for people to be joining. And no, never mind. I could be wrong. Go and look at the Twitter. Go look at the Twitter and there will be announcements for all the qualifiers happening. I may also be wrong. So just look at the Twitter. There will always announce the events when there's qualifiers happening. So things will always be happening.
Awesome. I love that. I love when things are happening, honestly. I get sad when things aren't happening. I don't know where that was going.
But yeah, just go on the Twitter, join the Discord, and they'll tell you. They'll tell you when things are happening. Don't worry about it. I have the wrong information. I'm sorry, chat.
They can fake. Yeah, there's places where you can either way. There's definitely places where you can see this stuff, and I'm excited to see you guys there. I don't know if I'm going to be there. I will be watching,
Absolutely.
but casting if I'm there, I'll say hi. I'll say what's up.
Absolutely. So I want to thank everyone who's watching. Thank Gompers. Thank everyone, all of our producers, our observers, and everyone. And thanks for hanging out with us on this beautiful Fortnite Championship Sunday. Congratulations to the winners once again, Daya and Yasmin. Congratulations. And also everyone that competed today. Good job. Good job. Gompers, you got any closing statements?
Nothing left from me, honestly. It was super fun to be back. I love the dynamic of Fortnite, and I guess the chill environment that it is. I think it's really fun and super awesome to see the storyline of these players just slowly come up, see new names, so that next time I can be like, hey, that's Bro Girl 33. I love that girl. I didn't forget you, baby. I remember.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I hope you have a nice evening, and goodbye.
The Supergirl Gamer Pro is brought to you by Logitech G, who is on a mission to change gaming for good through the power of positive play.
I play for me. I play for fun. I play for real. I play for friends and Friday nights. We play for all. This is a new age of play. Play your way.
Oh, right there. It dead. Nice. Oh! One tap, bro. She was tight. She's literally one tap Hannah.
Fun. 100? I was not fired by another team. I'm with you.